Greetings, chat. And my thing's not working. Oh, great. And welcome back to the manor. I am your humble host, Rune, and today we're going to be embarking on a journey of being back to the manor. Not this manor, but the Ermengarde mansion in the letter, as we'll be covering Rebecca's POV a little further. I have a time limit of how long the stream can go, which is going to be 3 hours, as I have a very, very busy Easter weekend coming up, as it will be a con weekend and I will be away at a convention. So I have to go to bed at some actual decent time so I can get up incredibly early to head to the con. I'm in for it. So, before we get into the game, I would like to remind everybody of L'Esperimente that we are doing. That is totally a word. So what we are doing is, I like to refer to this as my double life. I have this account here, and I also have an account that I'm more well known on. I, funnily enough, have actual evidence now of how fucking right I am about how easy it would have been for me to have just, gone live on that account and hit affiliate by I did not save the video thingamabob in time. Sure, we'll save it under that name, despite the fact that that does not make sense. So my goal is to hit Twitch affiliate, but any help from my content creator friends or mutuals. It's to challenge myself, because it would be way too easy if I were to do it on the account that I'm known for. I name this fucking so on I started doing streams on that account as well, just for the funsies, because I really like doing art. I'm known as an artist, and so I have done 4 streams. Okay, I need you to hear me out. 4 streams, and just look at. Let me make it bigger. That's too big. So these are my statistics on that art account from just doing 4 streams. Now, I already had the 25 followers before that, but the last 2 streams I did on that account were not at favorable times, nor did I advertise it. So if I had, there would be a high chance I would have actually have hit affiliate prerequisites on that account. That's too fucking easy. The fact I proved my point is very amusing to me. So that's why we are doing this, in terms of, doing it my own way, doing it independently, doing it in a way that, I would have reach affiliate on my own, despite the fact that I have so many networking, because it's too easy. But yeah, enough of that. Let's get into the game, shall we? I do not like how that moved. Will it load? Is a real good question. Come on, game. I know you're picking up the music. There we go. So we're gonna get back into the letter. Last I recall, we had just started Rebecca's POV. We did not get that far through, despite the fact we were. How long was that stream? At least a few hours? I would like to check. You're not going to hear the music for a bit while I go check. How long was it? Like a 3-hour stream. It was a 3-hour stream and we barely got anywhere through. Oh, I love that. Anyways, let's continue. Where are we? Hold on. So, we are currently playing, not you, Rebecca Gales. She is a teacher at a school. Yeah, she's a history teacher. She's Scottish. Um, she it's a bit of a skeptic, and it's kind of interesting. Seeing how she's like approaching stuff. She is like friends with Isabella, Zachary, and Ashton. Who are like this group of people that are very interesting. I highly recommend you seeing the other stuff for it. Okay, so we're going to. Oh, where are you? A bit of a. No. There we go. Rebecca Gales received a phone call from Rose Cooper after class, asking her to pick up Isabella Santos from the Ermengarde mansion. On her way out, an excited Kylie Suarez stops her favorite teacher from leaving. Kylie is so adorable. I love her so much. Then, while waiting at the mansion, Rebecca overheard a brief conversation between the Wright couple, their interior designer, and estate agent Rose Cooper. It was discovered afterwards that Isabel had already left a few hours ago, so she went there for nothing. I love that when that happens. So they went to their festival. After watching, I'm going to pronounce this wrong. I'm reading that as Bleu Francais. It's not correct. It's A Dark Times of the Black British. It's a documentary kind of thing that Zach did. After watching that, Isabella tried making small talk with Rebecca, but the latter was in a prickly mood and was not interested. On the way home, Rebecca glimpsed something suspicious sitting in the back seat of her car, which was, fun, ghosty ghoul. Alright, When about her friend's behavior, Rebecca informed Ashton about Isabella's disappearance because she wasn't in her room. Turns out that she spent the night at Zachary's, and Ashton offered her to pick her up. Rebecca went to school after and had a strange encounter in the hallway. In the hallway. I love spelling errors. Hallway with one of the student lockers. That was the juicy blood jump scare was nutty. Is that all on this page? Yes. So I'm concerned because I feel like this is literally, we've had this interaction. I feel like this is going to be the interaction with the thing. Did we load up in the right spot? It's like a reassurance by bearing no promise for better days. Take little I can of it with me as I step out into the night. Okay. Is that us, a little tiff? Is that a little tiff? Yep, that's which is while lining up to buy dinner, Rebecca and Kylie Suarez. Rebecca saw Kylie with a suspicious man, assuming it was a kidnapping. Rebecca elected to take the matters into her own hands, only to find out that the man was the girl's godfather. I love that when that happens. Only to Luke Wright. Embarrassed Rebecca apologized afterwards. Yeah. Cloudless. So we've just gotten food for Isabella and Rebecca to have. Keep our minds off things. A cloudless night sky greets me when I walk out of the cafe. Beyond the tall buildings, a blanket of stars spreads out before me. Isabella once told me that the best place to view it is someplace outside the city, away from the noise and in the obtrusive lights. She'd seen it once in her mom's hometown and another time in the university she used to attend. Then she asked if it's possible to try it out here sometime. I agreed with her at the time, if only because she appeared excited at the mere prospect of it. We made those little plans along with Zachary and Ashton. And up until now, we never got around to it. What do you mean the story updated? What do you mean the story updated? Can we go do it? Please? Even so, I find myself enjoying this, despite being told it's only half the experience. Little things, stuff you learn to appreciate when you're alone. Because at certain times, you get to meet people who are unfortunately born with the innate talent to ruin the mood and the scene with their mere existence alone. For example, the very driver of the car fast approaching my direction. Luckily, he doesn't notice me. But the fleeting moment we pass each other by gives me a brief glance of the people he's with. God fucking damn it. I know that mob of hair anyway. Kylie sitting in the back seat with a serving of bread pudding in her hands. And besides him must be his wife. No, that's not the wife! dog, that's the fucking scary monster. Anyways, he takes a turn and disappears at the nearest corner. But throughout the night, what cursory, that cursory glimpse, I think that's how that's pronounced, the cursory glimpse of all things to bother me has left me wondering what kind of person his wife is. And more than that, it's a silent prayer to the universe. I hope I don't ever cross paths with that douche again. Well, my dear, there's a chance. Having such an eventful day, everyone will think nothing will surprise me anymore. But here I am, standing at the top of the stairwell, watching an odd scene unfold before me. Relief crosses my mind first, followed by confusion.
What is she doing there?
Although, given what happened this morning, the question feels a bit inappropriate to ask directly. What's important is Isabella's here. She's sitting cross-legged on the hallway, just right in front of her room, with several papers and folders scattered about. Each of them seem as important as the next. More than once, while giving the scene a quick scan, I spot Briar Realty's logo at the topmost area of the pages. Everything considered, it looks like a mess made by a third grader looking at crunch time. I need to know that's also very common and creative, like, in classrooms. I did design school, and that was actually a common occurrence with us trying to organize, like, all of our, like, physical media paper. The landlady will have a few things to say about this when she finds out. I have a few things to say about this myself, in fact. But something in the calm, focused manner that she holds herself at present keeps me from disturbing her with that reminder. She's going through each paper in this with such intensity. Her brows are furrowed, lips in a tight line, both hands moving in precise movements as she shifts through each sheet. When she finds something of note, she moves closer, nose almost touching whatever paper she's holding, and grabs her phone to call someone.
Hello. Sorry to call you this late. There's something I just want to confirm, if that's okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thanks anyway. Not that one either.
It's a cycle. She goes through call after call, and then the last one ends, she shuffles through the pile again and dials another number. Is it work? I've never seen her this engrossed in her own work before, otherwise she would have noticed my presence the moment I reached our floor. After the 9th call, she still appears as oblivious as to when I arrived. When she lets out the loud sigh this time, I immediately take that as an opportunity to interrupt.
Isabella, you know the house rules here.
At once, her head jerks back and hits the concrete wall behind her with thumb. Isabella! That's the Isabella I know. Glad it's still there. I allow her a moment to nurse it before speaking again.
Becca, you're late! Yeah, I ran into a little trouble at the cafe. But I brought food for the two of us, if you haven't eaten anything yet.
As anticipated, she grins once I raise the bag of food I'm holding. Yet it doesn't reach her eyes. There's nothing of the cheerful glint in it this time. Just a hollow tone for the sake of being polite. Caption's right. Something's happened.
Yeah, maybe later. I've gotta finish this first. Just leave it here. I'll eat it once I'm done. Thanks, Becca. You can't eat this here. You know how the landlady would react.
Strict landlady.
Why are you even working outside? Your room's right there. I know. Sorry. It just feels stuffy in my apartment right now.
Okay, you don't want to be in there alone because of the things you know.
I'll go back inside once everything's been aired out. I promise.
The door's not even open. You don't even have the windows up. My girl.
That has never bothered you before. Well, it bothers me now.
You suck at lying. You suck at lying.
Oh, really? Just now? I find that hard to believe. Yeah? Shouldn't you be happy? I mean, you've been complaining even if it's not your room. Now I know how you're feeling when it's messy, so I'm going to clean. Isn't that a good thing?
I mean, yes, but in spite of what's supposed to be good news, an exhale comes from me, drawn out and slow.
It's a good thing, Isabella. Believe me. but you're as bad as Zachary at lying. What's really going on?
Yeah, no, even I clocked that. Even if I didn't know this, I would be like, yeah, no, something ain't right. She hastily averts her eyes, a surefire indicator that this is going to be one of those lengthy conversations that can possibly end with the other person angry. Again, it's one thing I'd like to avoid tonight at all costs. Still, I've made a promise to Ashton and Zachary. If she didn't talk to them, who else is she going to talk to? If she keeps this all to herself, who knows what might happen?
Isabella, you can tell me. Is it about your family?
Light movement of her lips. Although a frown, it's a reaction at least. I'm getting there.
Rose?
She merely shakes her head. Just a little more.
Come on, I know something happened. I don't know if it's because of Rose, but I know it's related to her somehow. You weren't here when I visited this morning, and both Zachary and Ashton are worried about you. If you don't want to tell them, you can tell me. Does it have something to do with work? Office?
Yep. If I didn't know her, I might have missed it. She shifts then, her fist clenching tight and teeth biting her lower lip, and there's fear. The look of terror in her is the last thing I expected to see out of everything. Her mouth trembles briefly before she opens them. When she finally voices it out, the words simply spill out of her mouth. One after another. All of it. True to what I promised her, I listen. Because this is something she's been keeping to herself, even from the two most dependable people I know. The fact she chooses to tell me this speaks a lot to me.
Becca, she was there again. Last night? In the office? Boss passed me all of Rose's workload yesterday. For the Ermengarde mansion. I had to stay late to finish them all. And then... when I was about to go home, I saw her.
So for those that, because it's been a while, at least on my end, there was a time when she went out with lunch, with her friends, and she saw the ghost and screamed, and everyone was confused. So this is what she's referring to, with like she saw her again.
I saw her again! She was standing in front of me again last night, Becca. I couldn't get away. She was blocking the door. If I hadn't hidden myself, even if I made the tiniest noise, if she found me, Becca, she almost did.
Oh, baby.
If she saw me under my table, I think that would have been the end of it. I'm scared.
Baby.
I'm so scared I won't be able to do anything.
Baby. At the end, her hands are trembling, and her breathing comes out in rasping intervals. For a long moment, I let the silence stretch out between us. Let her sobs fill it instead. But even as her soft whimpers die down minutes later, there's a heaviness hanging in the air. Not just from her, but also from me. My exasperation over this whole matter, for my own frustrations over her stupid superstitions, when she could do us all a favor and grow a backbone. She may be young. She's no longer that young. But time I put an end to this. She can't keep going on like this. She's still got plenty of years left to live out. And what if she goes home? What if we're no longer there to keep her fears in line with what's real? What would she do then? I'm more afraid for her, for what kind of imagination will do to her, from other than of what some imaginary monster could. Becca, your friend needs help. Your friend needs help. But you're going to do it around the wrong way, my dear. But with the manner she's looking at me right now, there's an expectation in it, a hope and a plea, sewn together. She wants me to believe her this time. The minute I want it. Okay, so if I scroll, that's what activates. Okay. Okay, I need to scroll elsewhere. If it's like that, then what am I supposed to say now? Ah, it's a saving moment. I'd rather hear her out because she's too upset to speak with a reason. And I'm gonna hope like hell this is right. Though, in case you aren't aware, I want to get okay, so there's this thing called the relationship bar. I'm trying to do a route where everyone gets pluses. And maybe after that we might do one where everyone gets negatives, because I want to see if we can kill everybody. But not this time around. Not this time around. I want everyone to be positive. And if I kill people that way, well, fuck me, I guess. So I think like hear her out is the right option. And if I do fuck this up and that makes it negative, then I'll go back and change it. That's why we saved. That's why you didn't come home last night. Yeah, okay, cool. As much as I want to set her straight, a reprimand isn't what she needs right now. With that pouty face she's giving me, I doubt it'll even end well if I push it. I know her. When she was about to be stubborn, when she wants to be stubborn, she's stubborn. But there are moments where she can be acquiescing. Acquiescenting? I'm pretty sure it's sking. Acquiescing. Fuck. I don't know how to pronounce it. But she can be that word too. Times when she'll be more accepting of what I tell her, despite her inclination to disagree with it. That talk can wait. In the meantime, I'll be the ear that listens to her without judging her, without criticizing her despite my own opinions on it.
You should have called me.
She stares at me like I've grown another head. The laughter slips out before I can stop myself.
There? I can't do that! What will you do? Hit her with a book? You'll be dead before that happens. And that isn't what I'm talking about. After you got out, you should have phoned me. You didn't have to go to Zachary's.
Corners of her mouth curl up. A sheepish smile. Fuck, I can't even. Sheepish smile. By general definition, but this is Isabella. Her smiles are never half-hearted, never lacks her high spirits. In spite of this, I know everything's going to be okay. Somehow. After all, she's learned how to pick herself up long ago, long before we met.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I don't even remember how I ended up in Zach's place. I was in a hurry to get out of the office, and it was already late. Besides, I don't really think you'll believe me if I wake you up over something like that. That's beside the point. True or not, there are people who will always be concerned about you.
You literally could have been like, if you didn't think that your friend would have believed you, you could have been like, hey, I think I'm being followed, or hey, I don't feel safe. Can I crash at yours instead? That's all you need to say. And your friends will let you in with loving arms because they understand you help. If they don't, either something's up or they're not good friends. Like, but like 9 times out of 10, if you tell the people that you know you can trust with your life that, hey, I don't feel safe right now, can I crash at your place for the night? They will, with open arms, let you in and help keep you safe.
There's Zachary, but he's the first person you went to, and you didn't tell him anything. You just slept there. There's Ashton too, and me. But how do you think I'll be able to explain to your aunt or your family if you suddenly disappeared? Think about that. Right. I'll remember that next time.
I'm hoping there's not a next time, but this is a horror game. Then she grins. Playful and mischievous, a preamble to an old banter. It's still not quite there, it's still not quite her usual self, but with it I know we're bound to get her back soon.
Mom, I told you not to call me that.
Send an elbow to her side for added measure, but when laughter follows the familiar gesture, none of it is unexpected. This is what's comfortable. This is how we've found an equal ground despite our stark differences. So, for the moment, I accept things as they are. After which a hush stretches out before oh, imagine being able to speak. Afterwards, a hush stretches out before us. For Isabella, this is rare. This isn't her. Yet, in this moment, as she fiddles with the edge of another paper near her, as she hugs her knees close to herself and lets a pensive expression linger on her. Pensive, yeah, no, I read that right. It feels strangely fitting. As if this is where everything's supposed to lead to if we allowed it long ago. Seconds later, a moment is broken by the sound of a door easing open and a voice begging some little piece.
How many times have I told you girls not to loiter around the hallway? It's noisy. Some people here are trying to sleep.
Damn. Thank you, Sari.
Quiet down or go do your talking inside. I'm pinning a memo to your door the next time this happens. Millennials.
I wouldn't know.
Sorry, we won't do it again.
You'd better.
The door closes and Isabella starts gathering the mess she's made, carefully stacking them all in her arm. At a loss for what to do, I help her pick them. And for the first time, I get a closer look at it. Completely unintentional, of course. But it catches my attention. Nevertheless, and a confused frown makes its way to my face. Why is she looking through this? I don't know. I can't fucking read it because it's deliberately, like, all messy, so then you can't actually read these addresses. I look to her for an explanation, but she merely ignores the question in my eyes. She takes the paper off my hands and finishes cleaning up. The last paper she puts on top is a letter. The one she supposedly found in the mansion. That's probably the root of all this odd behavior. I shoot her a questioning look for that too. All she gives me is a smile. And, in a halting tone, so completely unlike her.
Becca, I'll find a way out of this. You guys don't have to worry about me.
You made everyone see that letter. It's affecting everybody. You kind of have to. You kind of need everyone for this.
Anyways, I should go. I'll see you later.
Where are you going?
Getting myself some food. Don't wait for me.
But she just brought you food. Isabella walks away before I can stop her, before I can remind her I've brought food enough for the two of us. She quickly disappears down the stairwell, and while I'm left standing in an empty hallway, holding 2 bags of takeout. One of them will go uneaten tonight. Just an innocent passing thought. One that I don't dwell on much as I head back to my room. You know, you have a key to her house. She could just, unlock the door, put the food in with a note, and then leave. I ignore all of it. In the same way I have assumed I won't ever encounter that douche again. Well, fate be funky. Next day. Yippee. What are we on? I got 2.5 hours. Let's go. Let's see how far we can get through. How far are we? How far are we now? Still at 9%. Okay, we're here. Okay. Ugh. A brief lull the past 2 days has offered is nice while it lasted. Or as nice as it can get with worries of Isabella's whereabouts creeping up to me every now and then. She hasn't showed up after that last talk we had in the hallway, and the dinner I've brought has since been given to a different neighbor before it spoils. By all means, there shouldn't be anything to lose sleep over. She's gone on work trips before, usually for a day or two. This might simply be one of those. Although it's often with a message saying exactly where. But It's the dour note. She has ended our last chat with that Norse.
Like an ugly premonition.
And as expected, just as things start to settle and a city rhythm finally worms its way back into my routine, Thursday morning brings further disturbance in the now calm waters. With little ceremony, though still enough to ripple through everything. In retrospect, I really should have seen this coming. Luxbourne is a small city, relatively speaking. Compared to, say, London or Glasgow, it's nothing but a tiny mass of land boasting a mere population of 6,800. 68,000! Jesus. But those numbers alone are nothing to scoff at when standing in a busy street. And if you pay close enough attention, faces walking, taking the crosswalk or riding the subway will soon grow familiar. How unfortunate that out of that number, it has to be T.O. fucking Luke I encounter more than once.
Oh, you know, a few problems popping up here and there that the agents failed to tell us somehow. Nothing a few hired hands can't fix, of course. I would have preferred a place near the city and something that's new to save us all the trouble. But darling wife insisted.
I hate this man. I hate this man. Just die already. Anyways.
Who am I to...
Oh, are you kidding me?
I didn't want to hear him. That was by accident, but I didn't want to fucking hear him. His smug head is the first thing I see upon turning into the hall, in spite of the small crowd of parents and students gathered in the corridor of the primary career day. Primary's career day. It's not that he stands out, he's pretty unremarkable at first glance, frankly. However, it's his countenance that draws people's eyes to him. The manner he carries himself, with all the confidence in the world, his mere presence dwarfing everything around him. I'm willing to make a bet that he's also enjoying the attention it garners him, especially the ones coming from the woman.
What an ass.
A single glance at him and I know immediately that one way or another, if we ever bump into each other again, my day will effectively be ruined in some capacity. He also exudes that air. The sort that makes you want to run him over with a lorry and pass it off as an unfortunate accident. You understand me, Becca. You understand me. With him, it's either you want to punch him or let yourself be charmed. There's no in between. I want to just give me the lorry. Give me the lorry. Anyways. I'll gladly do the honor of the former myself. Yes, but alas, there are people around us. No, I'm stuck with having to face one of the two.
I shouldn't have volunteered.
At the time, helping out sounded like a good idea. I've no classes left today until after lunch. I could have opted to stay at the teacher's lounge and work on my lesson plans, but that means being left alone with our deputy head and his chatter. He's a good man, but crivens he can talk anyone's ears off. So, the moment an opportunity arose, I jumped on it. Simple task to boot. Just deliver a whole box of materials and a few posters for the event, maybe stay around to assist and time will allow it. I just wasn't expecting him to show up here. I mean, that's Kylie's godfather. I wouldn't be surprised. All the frying pan and into the fire. Had I known, I would have stayed and suffered through our deputy's impromptu speeches about his life crisis instead. What's done is done. Going back is also out of the question. With how unexpectedly heavy the load I'm carrying is, I'd hate to lug this for a trip back just because my pride can't take another second of interaction with the guy. Alright, just make sure you don't trip and fall, because that's the last thing you need. Because if he tries to help you, then you're fucked. He's insufferable, alright. But I've had my fair share of dealings with teens, more or less the same temperament, or considerably younger than him. And they listened. If he wants to be difficult like last time, so be it. But he can't bet his sorry English ash I'm not standing down. With no other choice, I brace myself and suck in a breath, mustering every bit of patience I have as I step into the hall. I grab on the box tightens when I pull it closer to me and attempt to assume a low-key air as I amble towards the room. The box is not big enough to hide my face, even with the stuff piled on top, but if all else fails, I can just hit him with it. Still, a small prayer forms in my head. If there's even one listening out there, please grant me enough restraint. But again, I hope he doesn't notice me at all. It'll definitely make my life easier. Seriously, how hard can it be? He's standing a few ways from the door, and there are plenty of people between us to use for cover. If I'm careful, I can just go in, hand in the stupid box to whoever's in charge, forget every plan of staying longer than necessary, and step out as soon as I can. I feel like you're gonna trip. There's a feeling, like it's been a long while since I've played this game, but I have a gut feeling you're gonna fall. Easy as pie. But, as luck would have it, the exact moment I reach for the room's threshold, someone barrels towards me. Kylie? She latches to my waist. Yep, it's Kylie. Before topping the sudden commotion with a gleeful squeal.
I knew it's you!
The force of it nearly throws me off balance, hitting the items stacked on top of the box, tilting dangerously to the sides. The child's added weight at my waist, pinning me to the spot with both of my hands occupied. Washing is the only thing I'm able to do. The short seconds in between slows as everything gradually slides off the box's small surface. Under different circumstances, this would have made for a funny story some other time, but it's in front of fucking Luke fucking right. Comical, even. Until another set of hands reaches out and steadies the posters, threatening to take a nosedive right to the floor. Oh yeah, no, I called it. Luke.
Oh, careful now, Daisy. Don't make a mess here.
Called it! The fucker! Anyways. My entire body freezes. One hearing his voice alone, an irrational impulse to hit him immediately bubbles up. I love Becca. She's so fucking cool. But before my limbs could catch up with that, my brain is currently screaming at me. He moves to take the burden off my arms. Irritation gives way to surprise and confusion. It is in that moment that an instinct finally kicks in, and I tug the box closer to me before he can fully lift it off.
What are you doing?
What does it look like? You're surprisingly slow on the uptake for someone of your profession, aren't you?
Oh. Give me the lorry.
Bloody, doesn't this school have people for this kind of work? So much for being a center of academic excellence.
They're allowed to do their own things, my guy. Calm the fuck down.
I'm going to ignore that slight to my alma mater and my work, because that's not what I'm trying to get at. You know what? Why don't we just rephrase that to something you'll easily understand? Why exactly are you doing this?
Well, you look like you could use a bit of help. Have you seen your face while you were heaving this around?
Mister, I'm pretty sure if there's ever a look on my face, it's entirely because I saw something extremely unpleasant this morning.
Yes, get his ass.
Aren't you a ball of sunshine today, Daisy? Having a bad day, aren't we?
Yes, because you came into it.
Oh, you have no idea.
Kicking my feet.
I'd wait if I were you. You might scare the children.
Oh, they're used to it. It's fine.
You don't have to worry about that. This isn't my department. I was just asked to bring these. Anyway, I can handle this myself, mister. The room's just right over there. Behind you, in fact. Now, if you could please move over and make way, it would do the whole world some good.
Yep. You know what? Would do the world even more some good if he got hit with the fucking lorry. Anyways, keeping my voice level throughout is a miracle in itself. But regardless of how polite my request is, he doesn't budge. What did fuck? What a words. Did what I've just said merely fly over his head? Were my choice of words really that difficult to comprehend? Surely it couldn't be that hard. He might think I think he might be a little touched in the head. I'd like to ask him that, actually, but Kylie's chooses the instant to pipe in.
Don't worry, Miss Pink. Tio's strong. You can leave this to him.
Let me be an independent woman, girlie.
My papa does it lots of times, but I'm not allowed to talk about it to anyone.
Huh? Little lady, what?
Tio says it's
Confidential.
Confidential, Munchkin.
That's right.
Okay. Okay.
Tio's smart, isn't he, Miss Pink?
I'm still on the opinion that he's a piece of shite, but I must admit his goddaughter's excitement is contagious, as always. A smile makes its way to my lips. She has yet to budge from her place, though, to be honest, I'm starting to lose some feeling in my stomach with how tightly she's wound her arms around it.
I'm sure he is, Kylie. But I'm also sure he'll find better use for it elsewhere.
Like helping you out.
Well, that's one thing, but
You heard the kid.
You can't argue with that child, I fucking swear.
no one's asking you.
You wound me, woman.
And I'm quite certain I can do more damage than that.
Hey, remember when I hit you with the book? You wanna see me do that again? You wanna see me do that again, motherfucker? Anyways.
Shall we give it a try?
Get his ass.
Again?
God, I wish I had a gleeful fucking emote. He pales, stammers for a bit until he ultimately decides against saying anything, and settles for a brief show of discomfort instead. He's probably having flashbacks the last time we met. His composure when he finally regains some of his bearings says it all. It's nothing short of hilarious, if I do say so myself.
I'll have you know that threats never work on me, Daisy.
Uh-huh.
Not in a million years, not ever.
Are you sure about that?
You're assuming it's a threat. How cute.
That too. I'm not scared of you.
Oh, really? Oh, really now? Oh, really now?
Because you landed a hit.
I'm enjoying this too much. I hate this man.
Do go on. Keep telling yourself that.
It was a fluke, you hear?
Uh-huh. Luke.
I was caught off guard and your damn book left a dent.
Good.
If I end up in a hospital because of what you did, I'm sending the chief of Luxburn Police after you, woman.
You don't say.
Oh, it's just like, and she's like, sure.
Just give me that bloody box.
He snatches it out of my arms before a single word of protest exits my mouth and quickly disappears behind the classroom. Not that it matters who brings it in now, my prior irritation has already melted into amusement. He's not so bad once you figure out how his temperament works. It's almost similar to a child. Literally, fucking Hana married a man baby and I feel so bad for her. So I still have to ask.
Kylie, did your Tio eat something bad before coming here? He's unusually nice today.
A far-fetched idea, I know, but it's the only reason I can think of why this arsehole is suddenly acting like a decent human he's, quite frankly, far from being. First and foremost, we didn't end our last meeting on a good note. If I were him, I'd avoid the very person who put a dent in his skull, as he so aptly put it. I know I read that wrong, I don't care. Why is he acting friendly 2 days later? Because he's got to keep up an appearance, my dear. You're in a better public place now with, like, kids and people that know him. And, you know, Kylie's actually paying full attention this time around.
He always is. But I made him promise to be extra nice to you since you helped me so much.
Ah, hell yeah.
I think you're gonna be great friends.
Wait, Kylie, could you move again? Because I'm noticing this person has a tail. I quickly stomp on the urge to groan loudly or gag at that. He's the last person I ever wanted to be chummy with in this whole city, but Kylie doesn't need to know that.
Are you sure it's not something he ate during breakfast?
I gave him some jelly babies this morning.
Were they laced? I hope not. You're too young to know that.
Rune brought me lots of them. Mama said I should share, so I offered half of it to Tio when he picked me up.
Bean.
He likes the black ones.
Oh, that's probably why he's weird. Jelly baby overdose.
He could have done everyone a favor and choked on them while he said it. No, because he was taking her to school. He might have crashed and might have hurt Kylie. Don't wish that.
Do you want some? I've got more. I couldn't play Melody or Picaco this morning, but I'm sure he'll be fine sharing some of it with you.
No, I'm not really very fond of them. I was just asking. Oh, where's your mum, by the way?
Out of town with Papa.
I wonder what. An unexpected pang hits me at her words. The statement, though innocent enough, unearths a whole trunk of memories from childhood. So eerily familiar. I'd spent eating dinners alone, the number of days coming home to an empty house growing with each passing year. And sometimes several Christmas Eves spent with relatives instead of my own family. Ah yes, in some places in the world, Christmas is not celebrated on the day, it's celebrated on the eve. Keep forgetting that, as I'm one of the people that celebrates it on the day, though, funnily enough, when it is the day for me, it is the eve for most other people. It's too late to think about it now, but when I remember, the dull ache is still there, familiar, lessened by the years now. Beside me, Kylie takes a step back, having gotten tired of clinging to me. There's nothing but cheer in her. She doesn't seem to be affected by the fact. Too affected by it. It will eventually hit her when she's older. She just doesn't fully understand that yet. I don't actually know how old she is. Kylie! How old are you? I must make a note. To find out, like, when it actually starts hitting people can usually... Depends on how much neglectful it can be. I don't know. I'm spewing facts out of my mouth that aren't really real. I do not have a degree in psychology, in children's psychology for that matter. But from personal experience and what I have witnessed with my own schoolmates back in the day. Back in the day. God, I'm old. But, like, a lot of people would go through this. Like, she looks somewhere between, like, 6 and 8. It's... like, very much a whole thing of, like, you know, in your tweenhood is when it really starts hitting. If it's, yeah. Although it makes me wonder how much of it is real and how much of there is to mask the loneliness, if there is even one. Because it still affects you when you're young, but, like, you kind of, the longer it happens, the worse it gets. What a lucky child.
Weren't they informed of career day beforehand?
Yeah, I told them all about it. Mama was looking forward to it.
And they still left?
Uh-huh. It's important business, so it can't be helped.
Yep, she's repeating the words that the parents tell her.
They promised to tell me about it when they come back tomorrow, though. Papa said he'll give me a gift if I behave.
Baby.
I've been a good girl, right, Miss Pink?
Yes, you have been, Kylie, and a very good girl.
You always are. But they asked they asked your Tio to look after you? For this?
Nope, they didn't.
No? Then how?
It was supposed to be Tia. Mama likes her better than Tio, so she asked her, but she's sick and had to visit the doctor today.
Oh. She's getting a checkup for her pregnancy. Oh, my sweet baby girl.
Oh, that's supposed to be a secret, by the way. Oh, but I think it's a bit confusing because Tio said she also went shopping. That's unfair. Don't you think so, Miss Pink? Mama doesn't allow me to go out when I'm sick.
I know what's going on.
It's still okay, though, since Tio always buys me sweets before we go home. I'm gonna ask for a parfait today. Extra large.
Sweet baby.
Don't tell Takako, okay?
I won't, sweetheart. You run that man for his money as much as you possibly can. Listening to her like this, it's easy to get a picture of where Kylie's fondness for the guy comes from. He's only good because he gives her sweets. She's far from a demanding child unless you've made a promise of some sort. She never forgets those. She'll make friends with anyone wherever she is. Buy her a few things and voila, you're settled. No wonder she's so attached to the man. The douche probably showers her with gifts whenever he can. I can't say if the sentiment's the same for the latter, however. He doesn't seem the type, and probably just does it for the sake of getting some peace and quiet whenever he's with the girl. Classic techniques.
But before that, I'm gonna show him to everyone first.
Oh my god, he's your show and tell.
It's gonna be great. No one else has a gazillionaire fairy godfather.
Okay, that'd be funny though.
Also, when I grow up, I'm gonna be exactly like him and marry someone really handsome.
Yes, but you won't be a douche like him. You'll be a lot better. You'll be more like Hana.
Like Tia did. That way, I can be awesome too.
Though I'm worried about the kind of man you would pick. Yeah, there's some sort of misguided logic in there that I'd like to correct. Is it a tale? Woman, I must speak with you. Are you a human? Or are you an animal? This is school. But before I can say my piece, douchebag steps in, fresh out of commotion from the classroom behind us, and plows into the conversation with a very subtly wrecking ball house. No shite given, despite no one asking for his opinion.
Munchkin, sweetie, trust me. You don't have to marry someone for that to happen.
This is true.
I don't?
Just do your thing, darling. I'm quite sure you can do great things on your own without lugging around an extra baggage with you.
Is that how you refer to your wife, Luke?
Tia married you.
Yeah, Kylie drops the statement without any sort of preface. And that moment lands, the douche finds himself grappling with the conversation.
Yeah, well, that's true, Munchkin, technically.
But she was also pretty well off beforehand.
But it's not the same thing.
A small frown creases the girl's eyebrows when she tries to compare and tries to comprehend her Tio's rather vague explanation. It's not surprising either when Luke tenses under the child's questioning gaze. It's familiar. I've seen the same look a great deal of times before, on action whenever he's trying to say something he can't quite trace. Another second passes before the douche moves, kneeling in front of Kylie and placing both his hands on either sides of her shoulder. Kind is the last word I'll ever use to describe the man, but in this minute, the smile on his face I can't place, tender by all means of someone as obnoxious as him. It's a curious thing to see, if not a bit odd.
Listen here, sweetie. Tia was already a great person before she met me.
She is? But I don't see her doing anything. She's always at home.
Not always, Munchkin. Did you know she's really good at numbers?
You're good with them too. You helped me with my homework once.
Well, Tia's much, much better than me. She used to do maths with big numbers.
Oh, like millions?
No.
Billions.
Gazillions. And she's really, really good at it. So much so that her dad let her manage anything that had to do with it. That was even before she met me, too.
Yeah, see, this is why she's the partner that deals with the money.
Does that mean she's better than you?
Yes.
Oh, leagues, Munchkin.
Okay, good. That's right. You put your woman above you because you know how much of a dick you are.
Way, way better than I'll ever be.
Yes! Yes, he admits it. Victory. For some reason, I don't think he's still talking about his wife's mathematical prowess as his voice trails off. In fact, if I had not been paying closer attention, I would have noticed the change in him. I would not have noticed that change in him. The slight shift in his smile from one that's tended to something wistful, like remembering a memory that he has always been fond of, but has often kept to himself. And at the fleeting glance of it, a tiny insignificant part of the world somehow also shifts. Opinions changing. Impressions moving.
You know what? Why don't you ask Tia next time you have homework,
Okay, next time I'll ask her to help out.
See? No need to marry a good-for-nothing bloke.
Can I also tell her to not stay at home anymore? If Tia's good at it, I'm sure she can help you out too. And Papa.
She does. She does teach things.
He computes a lot of numbers too. Tia can help him.
You go do that. I'm sure she'll love to hear it, Munchkin, even if it's been a while since.
Another silence from him. But then, without missing a beat, he turns Kylie around and lightly pats her shoulder in a gesture to end the conversation right there. Well, right here and there. Probably before he can say other things he's never intended to say or a child is not meant to hear.
But off you go first. I think I saw your friend run off to the other classroom. The one with the pigtails? Go say hi to her. You still have those jelly babies to give her, yes?
All right. But wait for me, okay? I've got loads more to show you. They put up my drawing on the bulletin the other day. I'm gonna take you there later. I'll be back.
I love Kylie so much. She's such a sweetie. She soon disappears behind the small crowd, none the wiser to the sudden change in mood around her. Luke straightens as soon as she's gone. The expression on his face grows less kind now that there's no one to reassure. Despite that, a chuckle still escapes me. His head quickly snaps at me, an accusing glare in his eyes. Although he's less threatening now considering what I've witnessed earlier. Funny how one person's impression of someone can really change in that minute detail.
Why are you laughing like that?
Don't mind me. I just saw something surprising today. Don't let it bother you.
Putting it like that won't make me any less inclined to ask.
And I won't give you an answer, bitch boy.
What is it, woman?
Don't call me woman in such a condescending tone, and I might tell you.
If this is another one of your threats, I've already told you it isn't going to work on me.
Why hostile, bitch?
That good teacher act isn't going to fool anyone.
Are you sure about that?
What makes you think it has to do with you? I could have just remembered something funny. Not everything in this world revolves around you, mister.
I am not daft, Daisy.
Uh-huh, sure.
It's on your face for all the world to see. Now, say it so we can be done with this stupid talk.
But it's funny. Let another laugh. More to delay than to express any sort of amusement over the matter. In truth, I don't know where to start. One wrong move, one wrong word, and I might offend the man. Oh, fuck. It's the same. Okay. Okay. I feel like that will just jaunt him on and it might go down. But we could try saying you're good at handling her, because we're talking about Kylie. Talk about the good thing, because like, hi, I'm her teacher. I also teach her brother. Let me, at least try to find a way to feel how you really feel about the girl so I can decide if I'm going to punch you or not. Let's see. Okay, well that worked. Oh well. Regardless of how he reacts, it's not like I'll have an impact on anything between us. I've no plans of getting too friendly with the man, though he might have some good points. Emphasis on the best treatment I can hope myself to give him is to stop thinking of him as a sleazy douche. Besides, after seeing that look on him, I figure someone like him can use a little compliment here and there. No, it boosts his ego. We need to keep that down. He probably doesn't get it much considering how coarse his own language can get.
Can't you act a wee bit polite for even a second of your life? It won't kill you.
That's true.
You'll easily get answers that way, instead of demanding things from people like a temperamental man-child.
I'll be nice when I want to be, woman. Don't tell me what to do.
Don't say woman in such a condescending tone. She is her own person, you midget.
And here I was just thinking how you're doing a brilliant job as Kylie's guardian. Was I mistaken?
Was I mistaken? What? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Stop playing dumb. I hate to admit it, but you actually seem to be good with kids. Possibly even better than most of the teachers here.
Which would be good when he becomes a dad.
What do you know?
I've expected him just to take it all in, load his ego more, and even brag about it. Instead, what I get from him is a sound resembling a squawk. I need to be quiet, I need to hear this. Okay. Or maybe that's him choking on his own pride. I can't tell above the hubbub surrounding us. Alright. Do we get to hear it? I don't know yet. But when I glance at him, only a mortified expression is on his face.
No.
What the fuck? Where is the squawk? I'm upset.
No? You should be proud of yourself. At least there's this one good thing about you. Isn't that nice to hear? Pretty sure not a lot of compliments get thrown around about you, knowing how you are.
There are a lot of good things about me, Daisy.
Oh, and what's that?
My hair, for one. There's also my extraordinary good looks. Wax lyrical about those all you want. I'd be happy to hear it any day.
Uh-huh.
Praise anything about me but that.
Aw, afraid you're going to fuck up being a father. Well, too bad. You got a kid on the way.
What is so repulsive about it? Even Kylie likes you. Shouldn't that tell you anything about yourself?
Kylie is one kid, not even my own.
Yeah. Just give it a moment. Give it a few months.
Trust me, you do not want to see me bring a spawn of my own into this world. This will be an abomination.
Oof. Maybe I should tell Hana you said that.
Is that what you keep telling yourself?
Maybe. Is it any of your business?
No. But if I didn't know any better, I'd say this is because you yourself think you're a little piece of shite and somehow it'll pass on. It doesn't work like that, by the way.
No, personalities can be learned, not inherited. That last remark just came out. There might have been a slither of truth in it, but I should not have phrased it like that. Even for my own standards, or for the kind of person I'm talking to, that was still quite rude. I mean, look at his face. You wounded him, and I'm happy for that. An apology is already at my throat, but the minute I open my mouth, all of what I've prepared myself to say dissipates, lost in the moment in front of me. He has turned his gaze outside, staring at some point past the buildings blocking the view of the sky, equally lost in his thoughts. He's a vexing man under so many standards. However, in this moment, the morning light streaming from the window leans his features in a certain air. Softer, less severe than what he often flaunts. I might as well be looking at a different man. There's a tender note in his voice when he finds it, the words muttered under his breath, not intended for anyone but himself. Nevertheless, it reaches my ears, unintentional as it may be.
You're right. She deserves someone far better than me.
Yes, character development. Let's go. All that talk about self-worth makes some sense now. It isn't some profound knowledge he pulled out of his arse. It has come out because he's already been there, likely still stuck in the middle of it. Leaning back, that's why I have to be like this. Preaching about your own personal experience is easier. Is easier, after all. Less room for mistakes, more for a dose of self-loathing. What a complicated man. Just when you thought you've already figured him out, he does one thing and says the other. People like him are the most difficult to gauge, far harder to understand. Yet it might exactly be for this reason why some are so easily charmed by him. It's the mystery. My word. It's the mystery. Maybe I can't even say it. Oh god. God. I don't like the fact that mystery is being used in the likes of him. Of him. I don't want him using my word. It's the mystery that catches them, of wanting to find out what's underneath that bravado. I won't count myself yawning. Okay. I don't count myself among those, yet his winning personality isn't exactly my cup of tea. But sometimes once you get a glimpse of what's beyond that, I want to say machismo, but I'm pretty sure it's not machismo? Boys, I swear I'm educated. Empathizing with the man isn't such a steep hill to climb. If the comfortable silence we now share tells anything, that is. Perhaps this is... okay. Okay. Perhaps this is as close to friendship as we can get. Several insults flung around with a few shared silences in between, and that's not exactly a bad thing. He's not exactly a bad guy either, despite the awkward start with it. I still want to fight him. Give me the Laurie Rebecca if you want. Maybe it's for this reason that I can't resist throwing in a little comment to lift his mood before leaving him.
You know, Luke, you're not such a bad person.
Is that supposed to make me feel better? I'm touched, Daisy.
Take it how you will, but a little attitude change would help. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bollocks. Right, of course. Let me know when you're done with your lecture, ma'am.
And you can probably start by not leaving your wife out while you're having some quality time with your goddaughter. Who knows? Maybe that'll help change how the child sees her.
Where did you even get the idea I'm leaving my wife out? Have you ever even met?
No, but I did see her with you two last time.
His indifferent expression quickly dissolves into a confused scowl, while I meet it, matching perplexity. It has only been 2 days. Surely his memory isn't that bad.
What? When was this?
At the cafe, after you left. She was sitting right beside you. Kylie was at the back and you were driving.
Daisy, are you sure you haven't accidentally hit yourself with your own book? Because that damn thing's quite big, and I'm really getting worried about you.
Imagine hallucinating things in a car.
It has only been a few days, and concussions can be dangerous. I suggest you have that checked.
Well, you asked. I just answered. It's pretty rude to make her wait like that, by the way.
How can I make her wait when she's not even with us?
What?
It was just Kylie and I that night.
Now you're just pulling my leg.
Luke exhales, long and drawn out. His impatience rapidly changing the companionable air around us. In the face of it, I tense. I've accidentally stepped into another minefield. Any chat I have with this man so far has been like this. Why, it still surprises me, escapes me, but above my worries of offending the man is my own bewilderment. I remember well enough that I saw what I saw that night, yet he said something completely different.
Wifey was out with Kylie's mummy that night. She wasn't with us. How do you think I ended up on babysitting duty?
But in the front seat. And Kylie's...
Miss Pink!
Kylie's sobs reach my ears first, and then her familiar weight returns around my waist again. Hot tears seep through my blouse as she buries her face in it, her arms winding tightly around me. Luke and I briefly exchange worried glances, his own lips shut tight with concern. Her cries are soft enough not to attract much attention. Most of the visitors have been ushered inside the rooms by now anyway. Those that still linger, though, watches our little group with great interest and concern. If I don't get a better handle of the situation, I have a feeling Luke will start yelling at everyone soon. Kneeling, I gently pull the girl away from me, cupping her face and wiping away tears, creating little trails on her cheeks. Her mouth is drawn into a miserable pout when she peers up at me.
All right, Kylie. Calm down. What happened?
It's my friend!
That's a little too vague, Munchkin.
Let her speak, Luke. Who is it, Kylie? Melody? Or was it the other one?
Yeah.
Did the two of you fight?
She nods and immediately clams up after, letting her sobs communicate the story instead, as much as her shaking shoulders can tell me. Right behind me, Luke gives a nervous huff, while he shifts on his feet. He must not be used to handling children crying. What a wuss.
Sweetie, I won't be able to help you if you don't tell me what happened.
Seconds pass before she responds again. The tears are already gone when she finally musters the strength to talk, her cries subsiding into mere sniffles.
I wanted to give her the rest of the jelly babies, but she won't come out!
Where? Where is she?
In the little girl's room.
Is she still there?
With a nod.
She won't say what's wrong! I kept asking her, but she told me to go away! Career day's going to start soon! I saw the prizes Miss Alice will give us if we're good! She's gonna miss it!
Is that what you told her?
Yeah, she won't listen! She won't even take the jelly babies! After I saved it for her, too! She and Luke wanted to eat the red ones, but I told him it's not for him! Miss Pink, can you talk to her? Tell her to come out, and I'm really upset with her.
I won't tell her the last part. You need to gently coax kids. You can't, tell them you're upset or cross with them unless, there's an actual reason, but you still have to go about that in a delicate way. In a way that they will understand and not take, badly. This little childish argument then. Times like this, I'm glad I teach teenagers mature enough for petty squabbles. I do love being around children. I won't mind having one or two of my own in the future, but it takes a whole different level of patience to teach several of them. I honestly admire my colleagues who willingly took the challenge. Normally I'll leave this for their homeroom teachers to fix, but I can't just ignore the imploring look she shoots me. That's another weakness I have to steel myself against before I ever think of having one of my own. But now I give in to it.
Okay, Tell me where she is, sweetie.
Sighing, I stand up and gesture for her to lead the way. Luke trails quietly behind us. He's gonna help. Voice is gonna help. Even with the small distance in between, his apprehension is palpable, understandably so. No one wants to be caught in the middle of a child's spat. But in the end, it's all just a part of my job. I can't just, shy away from it, can I? Kylie escorts us to an adjacent hall. At this hour, the corridors and the rooms lining the sides are empty. Save for the gentle rustling of leaves, the twittering of birds outside, and the tapping of our foot against the floor, the whole area stays eerily quiet. You know, I didn't mention this yet, but I have a feeling Takako is not a child. I have a feeling Takako might be something more sinister. I just have that feeling. I just have that feeling. Not unusual, though. This is the part of the building reserved for club activities at the end of the school day, and with the rest of the school busy with another event, it's only natural for it to be this deserted. Come afternoon, right after class, it'll once again be filled with people. For the time being, I focus on the toilets at the far end, heading straight for it. Luke stays behind, opting to wait at the end for this drama instead, obviously not wanting to deal with another person's kid. Meanwhile, Kylie follows right after me, unusually silent as we approach the ladies' room. Sometime before we made it down the hallway, she has stopped sniffling and started singing a tune under her breath.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my
Not
friend.
liking this. Probably to brace or calm herself, or maybe just as her way of preparing to pull her friend out of the sulk. It certainly reminds me of another person. I make no remark of it, however. It's all part of growing up, they say. Let her learn. The door is slightly ajar when we get to it from the inside. The sobs of the girl echo weakly, barely audible with this kind of hush. That doesn't sound like the normal. It's like Kylie's not the only one upset about it. Despite the situation, a smile forms on my lips and I call out to her friend.
Hello? Hello there? You're Kylie's friend, aren't you? Melody, is it? She's looking for you.
The show can be so amusing sometimes. Granted, they can be exasperating, especially around this age, but endearing things about them outweigh those. All you need is I read that right. There's enough level of patience.
Career day's about to start, too. You'll have to come out, or you're going to be really late for it. Miss Alice won't be happy if one of her kids isn't there. I heard she brought little gifts for everyone who'll behave. Don't you want to receive one?
Ever her cries show no signs of abating, they only grow louder. That scared me. Jesus. Not close to a whale. Alarming, regardless.
Are you okay?
I don't like this spot anymore. I just don't like it. I'm gonna ignore it. I'm pretty sure that, hold on, actually no. Like, that round bit is very confusing in terms of what it would be on a building. From where I'm standing, it sounds like she's in some kind of pain, and it's not possible. They do that at times, hiding what ails them from fear of reprimand. But if it's like that, coaxing her out might be useless, and also makes sense why she chose the loo furthest from the classroom. Wasting no time, I gestured for Kylie to wait and amble towards the door calmly so I don't alarm her. At the same time, a distant sense of deja vu hits me. Good, because I can feel it already, and I'm not okay with it. I've been in this position before, behind a door with someone crying on the other side, my calls ignored as their cries grow into a wail. This past week, actually. Even so, being in the same situation before doesn't bring me any comfort. I'm sitting and putting up for the child beside me. Is the thick undercurrent of worry trickling into my stomach. I take one last breath, then I nudge open the door. Oh boy. I don't like the silence. It all happens in the span of a second. I don't make it past 2 steps into the room. The cries abruptly stop. Light footsteps shuffle behind, going to hold the door. My heart skips a beat. And I turn.
Kylie?
Yep. Stop possessing her. She's just a child. She's just a baby. Leave her be.
Miss Pink? Miss Pink? Why didn't you help her?
I was just about to. My whole body becomes motionless at the sight of her, words catching in my throat and heart powering rapidly against my chest. This is Kylie. I'm sure of it. Yet nothing in the matter. She speaks, or the way she tilts her head in question or carries the youthful innocent vibe she always brings with her. As if I'm merely looking at a dead, hollow imitation of the child.
Can't you hear her? She's asking for your help.
I'm trying, ma'am, I'm trying! But it is not those that trigger a memory. It's those chilling eyes, falling, beckoning.
Why won't you listen to her?
We're trying, my dear. All at once, the memory returns to me. A tide that has receded and now returns to shore in an overwhelming force, carrying image of a single moment from days ago. Of a world passing by in a blur of features I can barely discern under the little light there was. Not even a week has passed. In this minute, while I keep my eyes trained on the child before me, they return in such an unbearable clarity. There is no horrid wounds this time, no blood streaming down a pale face, thank heaven. Just lips contorted into small, twisted smile. They brim with venom I've never expected to see in a child, sending tiny pinpricks of dread crawling up my limbs, winding up my neck.
You're a bad person. People like you deserve to die.
No, I can't breathe. There's whispers and laughters again, judging, mocking, taunting, each scathing word ringing sharp and true against my ears. My throat closes in, my whole body tenses. A chill sense settles at the tips of my fingers, every digit gone rigid from the cold. With every single draw of breath, every struggle for fear, or for air, or freedom, the coils wrapped around my body tighten, dragging me down. A gradual, tortuous descent into another bottomless abyss. On, and on, and on, until I lose touch with myself and the world.
Help me.
Till darkness claims me, and, unexpectedly, a note, in the distance harsh and piercing, cutting through the thick stupor and shattering the haze without warning.
Are you ladies done with your business here? I don't have all morning to wait for you two.
My eyes snap open and the world shifts into a place with a ragged gasp. And I glance up at the different set of eyes that greet me.
Are you okay, Miss Pink?
No anger. No vile hatred in them. Just plain, sincere concern. Bit by bit, I become aware of my surroundings and myself as warmth steadily slips back to me. I have reached out for the nearby counter to steady myself at some point, and my knuckles have gone right from how rigid my grip is on them. It's over now. The tension hasn't left my body. My heart still hammers hard against my chest, with an erratic rhythm in my breathing. It comes short, shallow bursts. Before me, Kylie fumbles with her hands, uttering unsure what to do to an adult, and that's probably a laughable state.
Did you get sick? I'll call Tio, okay? Stay here and don't move.
Kylie, don't leave her. Kylie, don't leave her.
No need. Just leave me alone.
No. You leave her in here. You leave her in here with you. Do not be alone, or it will attack you again.
Tio will know how to fix you. Oh, wait, okay?
Darling, no, don't leave her alone. I wish I could speak reassurances to her, but I can't shake it off. The dread is there, twisting at my insides in anticipation. Of what? I'm no longer sure. Pushing myself off the counter, I break into a run. Brushing off the anxious look Kylie gives me, When I gently push her away on my own out of the furrow and Luke's brows when I stumble into him outside. Whatever the both saw in my face, I care not to know. Bloody hell, I don't even understand what's happening anymore. God, imagine if she died right then and there. That would suck in front of Kylie. Oh, baby. The tremors continue long after the last of my classes have ended. Although none of my students have commented on it, I caught a few sharing, anxious glances every time a pen slips from my hand or my shoulders tense whenever called. How unusual it must be for them to see their normally composed Miss Gales become a bundle of nerves. Even the most boisterous ones have given me less grief today. You'd think being of my fourth cup of tea would provide any sort of comfort. Or is this the fifth? I wouldn't know. Egad, why does counting matter now? How are we doing? How are we doing for time? Are we doing okay? The fact I can't easily shake it off this time should tell me something. The last time this happened, I passed it off as some lapse in my part, after having been sick the week before.
And it is a natural conclusion.
Those are just stories. A centuries-old lore passed by the locals to keep them in line. What a place doesn't have those? One of my Da's books even went as far as to describe them as a strong part of Isabel's culture. Tree giants, women who feed on unborn children straight from the mother's womb, or hell, there's even one story about a demon baby. I know these ones. And this one is like specifically like I've forgotten the name of it, but it's like a variation of like a vampire from Southeast Asia. It's pretty interesting. I remember reading about the demon baby one. But whenever I hear tree giants, I think of ants, which I don't think is part of that. All folklore that never had a smidgen of truth in it. Oh, that's a bitch. Most probably told to scare off the natives back in the old days. Much like every other one in every other place. The world is more universal than people care to think. But looking at it from where I'm standing now, after staring right into the eyes of that woman, after all the things that I've been hearing and feeling, perhaps there's really more to that bloody letter than some awful Halloween prank.
Perhaps Isabella's right all along.
Here we go, we've got character development. Yippee! Oh no, I need a cough, hold on. I'm fine. A terrible thing if true. Though that thought doesn't linger long. Thankfully. Soon the ringing of my mobile takes my attention away from it. An unfamiliar name flashes before me once the screen lights up and my brows knit together. It's Marianne! Marianne McCullough! Staring hard at the screen, I try to remember where I've entered this person on my contact list. She gave you the book! It takes a moment, but then it clicks. My eyes zeroes in on the book lying wide open on my table. Loaned out from the library almost a week ago. I met the woman there by the sheer coincidence, a fellow history buff apparently. We were after the same book, but in the end she's given it to me under the one condition that I call her once I'm done. To be honest, I've completely forgotten about it until now, and well, I haven't really taken a peek at it until today. Only I'd be done with the whole volume by this size in a few days after taking it out. About one or two, depending on how busy I am. But finding a chance to sit down and read through it has been more difficult lately than I anticipated. One moment I'm busy simply grading worksheets, attending a movie premiere the next, then someone suddenly inviting me out for another reason or another. Days after, a friend stops showing up at their flat, right after worrying reports pop up in local news. There simply isn't enough time to breathe and get a grip on things. I have been flipping through the pages of said book moments ago, though never really reading anything and merely hoping for distraction. Do not bail. My phone gives out another ring, and this time I do not hesitate to answer.
Marianne?
Hello. Here I was starting to wonder if it was a bad time to call.
I love Marianne.
Is it?
No, not at all. I dismissed my last class a few minutes ago. I'm pretty much free for the rest of the afternoon. Unless something comes up. Is this about last time? The book?
Not really. I was hoping to ask you about
same reaction.
You grew up in this city, didn't you?
It's a peculiar question to ask to someone you've just met, but I answer her nevertheless. I'm more curious where she's heading with this by starting with that.
Born and raised, third generation migrant. Why do you ask?
So, you must be familiar with the local lore. The, stories?
You're both having the same problems.
Quite. If I'm going to teach about history, I'd like to think I am, yeah? But a family friend would be a better person to ask. If you want, I can contact him for you.
No. Let's just keep this thing between us, okay? It's nothing too big. And I...
Just want to check this little thing in my bum. Not about career day. Oh, that's gonna, now I'm gonna lose that page. No, it's just, okay, so what happened yesterday? The babies. Rune folks assisting the rights of their move, then. Ah, this is after the mirror. That's what's happened. Okay.
Alright. I really don't know how else to put this without sounding a bit crazy. But things have been really, you know, odd. Do you remember the mansion I mentioned back when we met? My current project?
In hindsight, I should have expected it would lead to this. She must not have lived here long if she's just asking about this now. It didn't take a week with Isabella when she arrived, but that's Isabella superstitions drawn to the last hair. Though it won't be too far off to think Marianne has only started thinking about this recently. She's working on the damn house itself. I must admit, even I'm curious now, despite living here for so many years and having so many chances to look it up before.
The Ermengarde Mansion, yes?
Yes, that one. And, the thing is, oh dear, this is a bad idea. You know what? Just forget I ever called you about this. It must have been the sunny weather. It's making me sick and see stupid things.
I just saw something stupid today, actually. No, we must continue speaking about this, Marianne. See things?
No, wait. It's alright, I don't mind.
There's a moment of pause before she responds again. She's right in that this is a silly thing to talk about, especially between what I assume two people who are pretty grounded on their beliefs in regards to these things. I won't blame her if she hesitates.
I can't believe I'm asking you about this.
It's fine. Why don't you just think of it as some form of research?
Well, alright. But after this, we're going to forget we ever had this talk.
God, I love it when sane people speak like this. It's so funny.
My lips will be sealed. Now, what is it about the mansion?
Just, what do you know about it? The general gist. The place is past. What happened to the owner?
Yes, please. Can I get a reminder of this? It's been a while.
Anything you can give me.
Let's see.
I do my best to give a conscious summary from the time the house was commissioned 400 years ago and who had it built, up to the point it got deserted after the last heir's death and the deed was passed on the Obergard's nearest relatives. Frankly, if it weren't for those urban legends persisting, the house would have already faded into obscurity long ago. Demolished even. These are all nothing she probably hasn't heard of before, yet there's dissatisfaction, I can read, in her tone once I finish.
That's all there really is to it?
As far as I know, there's this little bit I forgot to mention about Lady Charlotte Ermengarde's death, but most of those are just theories.
Give me the theories. Give me the theories.
Aside from that, this is really everything we've been teaching all these years. Should there be anything more?
No mention of any other weird stuff? Other crazy stories?
Like the legends? The omens?
Or a letter of some sort?
Because you both have seen the letter. My blood. It's cold. Any warmth and comfort the tree... Whoa. Any warmth and comfort the tea I drank has given me prior has instantly been drained out of me. The phone creaks softly as my light hold on it shifts into a firm grip. The whole lit up shite is starting to turn more and more than a coincidence.
None that I've heard or read of. What does a letter have to do with this?
Oh, no. It was just something I came across. Ignore it. Random thoughts, you know? By the way, I need to run. Thanks for answering my questions.
She ends the call abruptly with only a clipped goodbye, leaving my mind heavy with even more thoughts. The mood around my classroom has become considerably denser in light of what little I've gleaned from that conversation. I don't think Marianne's lying about her intent. Her interest is genuine, I'd give her that. But she's left a lot of things out. I get the sense she only asked because something's happening around her too, and if she hadn't mentioned the letter, I probably wouldn't have made the connection.
Just what the hell did we get ourselves into?
Well, that's a good fucking question, but I can't really answer that because you're in the middle of a horror game. Of course, there's still a lot of confusing details in this. All of these are just assumptions. No concrete conclusion to be formed with what we have, and if we want to find out what we're really dealing with, I think I should stop yawning. I think Marianne's right. There might be something more to those stories. As absurd as it sounds, the very place that gave us that letter might tell us something beyond what we know. And tomorrow night, I have a few hours of that chance at the housewarming party. Totally not an exciting thought since the place is privately owned now. I can't just wander around. But it's enough reason to keep the dread at bay. To step out of the room, ready to put an end to this day. Oh god, he's here. Fuck's sake. Luke, go away! Go away, I don't want to deal with you. Ugh. Fucking hell. Man. Can he just go away? Please. Where are we at? Why are we still on 9%? Boys, we have done like gayish much, and yet it's still like, fuck. Man. Okay. I'm going to quickly BRB because I need another drink if I'm going to continue speaking like this. So, don't go anywhere. While I'm on this quick break, please, stretch, hydrate, eat a snack or something to eat if you can. Use the bathroom if you need to. And if you have any medications that you need to take and you have not taken yet, please do so. But only if that affects you, if you have that kind of medication. I'll be back shortly. Whee! Should probably give you music while I'm gone. Hold on. Here you go. I'm back in time. Let's go. Move back to gaming. Look. Come on. Don't do this to me. There we go. Alright. I was in the middle of chicken things, so this is... Alright, okay. So, however, all those good vibes disappear into thin air when I run headfirst into Luke. There's really something in this man. Really? What is it? Like, I would assume some other, like... Oh god. Something's in him? I want to make a joke. I want to make a really, really bad, crass joke here. But I can't think of anything, so he gets off scot-free for once. Regardless of how much my opinion of him has changed over the span of a few hours, he simply blasts through every good impression people have of him, without care or thought. He doesn't even need to open his mouth, his mere presence does it. In all honesty, I think he's the kind of guy only a mother could love.
You're still here?
Obviously. Who do you think standing in front of you?
Ugh.
An ass.
You're right.
Oh, come on, Daisy. You've done better than that. Losing your touch?
Luke, I don't have time for this. I'm heading home, and your face is the last thing I want to see before I leave. What do you want?
Belatedly, I notice his hand. Partially raised, almost poised for a knock. Oh, he was coming to speak to me? Oh, even worse. With a slight lift of an eyebrow, he quickly drops it to his side and turns to Kylie. Kylie, my baby girl. She's standing a few steps away from him, holding her hands behind her back and towing at something on the floor with the tip of her toe. Then he proceeds to make vague gestures at me, the child. He resembles a fish flopping for air in the way he's moving his arms. I think he's trying to urge her to speak up.
Munchkin, I thought you wanted to tell her something.
You do it, Tio.
This wasn't my idea, darling.
Don't worry. I won't tell Tia what you told me the other day. And this morning.
Oh my god, how many secrets does this girl know? Luke exhales, rolling his eyes at the ceiling and maybe praying for the universe to grant him more patience. He knows a losing battle when he sees one. He may act worse than a 5-year-old throwing a tantrum at times, but he's no match for an actual child. Nothing better than being served a dose of his own medicine, huh? Once his frustration has been promptly let out, he points a rude finger at me. I do my best to stare the offending digit down, but I can only hear the demand before it's even out of his lips.
You, come with us.
Oh, I'm being kidnapped, am I? Oh, great.
What makes you think I will?
Because little Rugrat here is upset and worried, and it's your bloody fault. I've no idea what happened this morning, but if you don't come with us, I won't be hearing the end of it from her. So do me a favor, Daisy, and just be glad I'm inviting you.
This feels wrong on so many levels.
You're asking for a favor, and you can't be bothered to be polite?
That's a good point. Okay, no, that's still working. That's a good point.
I don't know. It's been a really busy day for me. I kind of miss my couch.
Daisy, you just say yes.
Instead of blush, stop blushing, I hate you. A pause follows, almost too dramatic. Afterward, his face twists into something between a grimace and a smile. As it happens, he appears like he's in a lot of physical pain. Good. You think the man is getting an aneurysm by simply being polite. Oh, that must be so hard for him.
Please?
Oh, he said please. Man's never said please in a day of his life.
Tia said it'll be his treat.
You get to spend the idiot man's money. Okay, I'm kind of intrigued.
What? I said no such thing, Munchkin. I only agreed to this because you requested it. I'm under no obligation to feed her.
No, but it'd be funny.
She's got it again. She's got it again. I must learn more about you. I promise I'll be quiet the next time I visit.
Oh, all right, but just one meal and make it the cheapest.
Dude, no. He and Ashton will get along famously in that department. God damn it, I muted so I can have a sip of my drink. Hold on. Okay. On a different front, the offer of free dinner does sound enticing, however half-heartedly given it is. Mostly because Kylie has wisely put on her puppy eyes, and by the second I find all my choices slipping away from me.
See, Miss Pink? It'll be fun. You don't have to feel sad anymore, okay?
Oh, baby! Baby, don't worry about me, please don't worry.
Well,
My mobile buzzes from my pocket, cutting me mid-sentence, and for a second I'm spared from the act of giving an answer I regret either way. Fishing the gadget out, I wave a hand at him and excuse myself for disgruntled expressions on Luke's face before I turn away. I'd be lying if I said it didn't amuse me. He's as eager to be done with this as I am, but what can I do? Checking, a message from Ashton shows up. Hey Becca, I'll be around Salem Well this evening. Need to meet someone in the area. I might have to drop by yours and Isabella's place after. See ya. Oh. Just the usual. Unlike what he does to Zachary, Ashton has the decency to let us know when he's dropping by or if he's in the area for some business. From the way it's phrased, it sounds like it'd be the latter. Either way, I'm glad he's at least aware of that boundary. Now that Isabella is ever going to let him leave the building unscathed if he ever pulls the same stunt he does with the other man. I cringe to imagine what she'll do to him. Sighing, I slip my gadget back into my pocket. But looking up to see Luke's utter impatience on his face, I know I now face a different dilemma. The two of them are still waiting, and knowing the kind of person Luke is, this is already a grand gesture of goodwill coming from him. All to please his godchild. His denials aside, it's easy to tell he's really fond of Kylie from his actions alone. I kinda hate to ruin that.
Well, Daisy, we're waiting here.
What do I want to do? On the other hand, there's Ash. His messages don't exactly imply he's going to wait or he's expecting me to be there, but there are matters I hope to discuss with him in person, to put it simply. Housewarming party manners. With inviting Isabella out of the question, I have Zachary and Ashton. Although the former has already made it clear that he'll be busy this weekend, while Ashton has been my first choice from the start. Even if he detests attending gatherings like this. It's company that counts. We can be miserable together. But that's the problem, isn't it? He hates them, and it's very likely his answer will still be a flat no. But I'd rather not hear that. If by some miracle he agrees to it, he'll probably just be sulking the whole party. I mean, he'll want to go because then he can study Luke fucking right. Not really a tough choice, but you put it like that still. What's the right option? What's the right option? Okay, this one will please him, I think. Or this one. Okay. But I don't know how this will affect Ash. What are we standing at right now? What are we standing at right now? What? Squinting. Scanning. Okay, you're there. You're there. At least you guys are right next to each other. This is gonna be a lot easier for me. Alright, boys, let's find out which one's gonna be. I kinda wanna go with them. Okay, I just raised them up. No, I didn't affect Ash. Okay. In the end, it's my own fondness for Kylie that wins out. Chances are, I'll only have to endure his presence for an hour or so. If it lasts more than that, we'll make up an excuse or sudden call from a friend or things to work on. Doesn't seem so bad when I think of the pros and cons. At best, it'll be a quiet dinner. At worst, it'll be an awkward affair we're both eager to get rid of. I'm leaning more on the latter happening, hoping for the former, of course.
Okay, but only because Kylie asked.
Kylie's face instantly lights up. For a third time today, she tackles me into a hug before pulling away and dragging me by the hand towards the building's exit.
That's alright. I'm sure Teal doesn't mind. He let me pick where we're going to eat. Don't worry, it's just close.
Luke follows closely behind, or perhaps out of some desire to keep the dead air away. I can't resist throwing in a quip.
Keep your distance. You better not do anything funny, you hear?
I'm the one who should keep my distance.
May I remind you who approached me first and what you did right after?
Okay, but it was funny though.
Oh, I remember it clearly. But perhaps it's you who needs a reminder. You seem to have never learned your lesson. Care we give it another try?
But a robot.
Maybe this time it'll stick.
Maybe this time it's a stick.
Such a child. He's such a man, baby.
You think you're scary? I'll show you what's scary.
Oh. Is that a threat? I don't take kindly to threats, Luke. To my surprise, his tone lacks the usual sardonic tone to it, and briefly I pause to stare at him. He quickly shuts his mouth right after and walks ahead of us. All talk, and no trousers, like usual. And for the better part of our walk, except for Kylie's excited chatter, we don't speak. Somehow, I have this strange feeling I'm already getting used to this kind of banter with him. I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing. I mean, it's a good thing considering you don't know it, but Hannah's his wife. And amidst this newfound friendship, dare I call it that, Ashton's message lays forgotten and abandoned in my pocket. Oh god, dinner date. Have I gotten this one before is the real question. Where's Steam? Where's Steam when I need it? Hold on, chat. Hold on. Dumplings, I need to find this out. Have I gotten this one before? Have I said no to a child before is what I want to know. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Have I said no to a child before? No. Yes. Yes, I have said no to a child before. I don't have an achievement from it on Steam. All the places nearest the school, Kylie picks this one waiting for the food to be served as awkward as I thought I imagined it to be. Not the bad sort, though. The pleasant kind. Surprisingly, Luke's an okay bloke when he tries. When he tries. So long as you're willing to look past the tactless remarks or we're not exaggerating, exchanging acerbic. I think it's acerbic quips. It's clear he's making an effort for this to be as fun as possible for the 6-year-old. Yep, she's 6. Okay, that's how old she is. Good to know. She is utterly baby. When she's 8, it's going to be worse if her parents keep this up. Anyways, even going as far as to laugh when Kylie's story calls for it. It's an interesting thing to hear from that man. More than once, I catch his frequent cheesed-off expression easing whenever he looks at the girl.
And your friend? Did you make up with her?
Yep. She said she just saw something she didn't like. She didn't accept the jellies, though. She told me to give it to you instead. She knows you like the red ones, too.
Very well. Hand it to me later. I'll bring some of them home. I think your Tia would love to have some.
What a terrible liar. He says he dislikes the idea of having children of his own, but it's easy to see some part of him genuinely wants them. What's stopping him? As Kylie wanders to the nearby bookshelves after having lost interest in the conversation, however, we both revert back to silence. On our own, we have little to talk about aside from a few questions about the other here and there. At one point, it does veer on local politics and history. He's surprisingly versed in all that he can hold a decent conversation without throwing a jibe. Nothing too personal is ever mentioned so far, though. It's too early for those, and besides, I don't like him enough to speak of every minute detail of my life. Better keep it strictly between the silence and the casual or repartee. I'm pretty sure it's repertoire. I know words. I don't know words. This whole thing already looks and feels wrong on so many levels. I'm sure he feels the same. When another bout of silence hits us and becomes too much, I have taken to finding something else to occupy myself. You know, I'm gonna be real. This is not okay by teacher standards. Teachers would not intermingle with their children out of hours like this. It's wrong. I don't think it's illegal, but it's definitely frowned upon and probably does break a few school rules. Kylie's one of those kids, isn't she? Toying with my mobile, turning it from hand to hand while we wait for our respective meals. But it'll be a complete lie if I say I'm not waiting for some intervention. Something to pull me away from this place. Someone. Ashton's probably at Salem Mall by this time, working on whatever business he has there. Maybe if I make up an excuse and leave Ella. Oh, pardon me. That was funny though. Maybe if I make up an excuse and leave now, I can still catch him.
Cut that out. It's distracting.
My hand stills, holding the gadget awkwardly between us, arrested mid-pass by his bored tone. He's been quiet for a long minute now, after complaining about how appalling the tea they're serving here is. Before that, he has whined about how uncomfortable his chair is and tasteless the decorations they have here. Previous to that, he has griped about how dull the place is compared to the one he frequents on the upper class side of the city. Well, I'm sorry for being a bunch of peasants, your majesty. Figures he'll lose patience soon, having already grumbled about almost everything his eyes can reach. It's just unfortunate he's turned to me now.
Why don't you just look somewhere else?
I can't. If I turn elsewhere, I might end up looking at the bobfuck right behind us.
Oh?
Bobfoot. Do I even want to ask?
I don't want to hear it. It's coming out of his mouth. I can only be either rude or offensive. Yeah. Regardless, he continues.
Everything looks good. But have you seen the face? True horror.
This man. This man. This man. This man. Let me punt him. Anyways,
What is wrong with you?
I feel this.
You know, I frown about this in practice, but that mouth needs to be washed out with a particularly potent soap. Preferably by your own mum.
A shame she isn't here,
For whatever reason, that puts an end to the talk right away. He returns to watching his godchild, who has found a particularly interesting picture book and is now poring over it while I turn back to my mobile. Still no message. Would it kill him to at least send a message, check if I were home? Meanwhile, Luke's silence lasts all but his... My dear. Just send him a message. Respond to him, you dumbass, and he might respond back. Anyways. Meanwhile, Luke's silence lasts all but 10 seconds.
What is it with the damn mobile? Are you on a curfew?
He's got the immature act down pat. I'll give him that. Seriously, how old is this guy? Has he somehow been deprived of affection during childhood?
And what is it to you? I don't think it's any of your business what I do with it.
It is my business, all right? 1, I'm the one paying here. 2, I'm being forced to eat dinner in a place this stuffed and noisy. Lastly, it's been 10 minutes, the food isn't here, and I'm hungry.
Well, fuck you, I guess.
What you're doing with the mobile is annoying and distracting, when the least you could do is keep things entertaining while I suffer.
You're both suffering, okay? You're both suffering.
That's your problem? Shouldn't you be more worried about how this entire affair looks to other people?
Oh, I didn't realize this was one. You move fast, Daisy. You could have informed me first, you know.
I'm going to throw up.
Had I known, I would have taken you someplace nicer.
I want to throw up.
Certainly the kind with better food and plenty of good wine.
Why did I ever think this was a good idea?
It wasn't.
Did it ever occur to you how inappropriate this might look to everyone?
Why should I care? It's only inappropriate if you make it out to be. Relax. I won't do anything to make your boyfriend angry. He doesn't even need to know we dined out.
That's just stool.
It'll be our dirty little secret.
He's not my boyfriend.
The words come out almost than I intended. He's got you now, hook, lying on the sinker. By the time I realized my slip up, my lips are already spreading a sneer. He slowly crawls up in my face.
Oh, so there is someone. You're so easy to read.
Briefly, his eyes search my face. I have no idea what he sees, nor do I care to know. But in the next second, he barks at a laugh, displaying his amusement, without reserve to everyone within earshot. In that moment, I know I've flipped a switch in him somewhere, and I have lost my chance to deny his assumptions. Do I even want to? Isn't that the reason why I've been so focused on my mobile, waiting for another message from him? For a reason to dump this awkward meeting and go after him?
Look how mottled you are. Now the nickname makes more sense. Shy Miss Pink and her cute little crush.
Shut the fuck up, you don't know anything you're talking about.
The color suits you, by the way. It matches the hair.
It's not a crush.
Classic denial. But in reality, you want him to be yours. And your every move is made to make him notice you.
This is true. I hate that he's spitting facts.
In fact, you don't want him to see you with another man in a non-professional capacity. Because he might misinterpret it.
Yeah, that you're stealing her, but not in the way that you think.
The same thing goes for you, doesn't it? Bloody, yours is even worse. What about your wife? Aren't you concerned she might misinterpret this?
Daisy, just because we tied the knot doesn't mean we have to be joined at the hip at every single opportunity.
Don't be ridiculous. Why else would you marry her if you don't want to be with her for the rest of your life?
Okay, I hate the fact I'm siding with Luke here. But only partially, because you are married, yes. but you're still your own people and you can go do whatever you want to do, so long as you've got like consent if it's going to involve certain matters. It's good to communicate with your significant other on what you're doing and other things like that. Especially you, Mr. Luke Wright. You should communicate about, potentially doing open marriage or whatever the fuck you want. So if you want to actually go sleep around with other women that is not your wife, that she is in understanding of it, is aware of it, and gives consent for it, you sly, cheating little motherfucker. Okay. I'm fine.
Because Daisy, she also has other things she can do with her life and friends to spend time with.
Granted, I don't like some of them, and I have a few of my own she utterly dislikes. But wifey doesn't have to know my every move. Nor do I hers.
I mean, she has a point to hating some of your friends.
Do you know how boring that would be? To be with the same person for all hours of the day, losing sleep over the mere fact they're not with you?
I mean, yeah, if I were to potentially have a significant other, I'm speaking in hypotheticals. I will not tell you if I have a partner or not, because that is a boundary. But should I have one, I would let them do as they please, so long as there was some kind of communication on what they were doing. Because if they were not going to sleep with me in my bed one night, then I would like to know where they're going. So then I'm not worried about them. There's a thing called communication.
Or putting everything you have aside to please them? To have your whole world revolve around one person?
Hana's world revolves around you, you motherfucker. You shut the fuck up about that.
Aren't you just mistaking that for something else?
She's got a point, Luke.
Unlike you, there are other people here who don't share the same jaded outlook you have. Don't lump everyone together just because it didn't work out for you.
I still want the gay cupcake. It looks really interesting. Oh, you can't see it because of my name. Hold on. That's not the button I wanted. It can stay. It can stay while I'm trying to figure out where my thing is. If I just do that, kind of see it. It's right there. Look at it. It looks so nice. I want it. It looks so fucking nice. Okay, put my name back.
And you, my dear, are unexpectedly naive.
What's so naive about it? If you love each other, wouldn't you want to always see them, be with them, to have them focus solely on you?
Oh, my dear. Oh, my dear Becca. Oh, my dear Becca. My dear Becca. That's not how that works. For some relationships, sure, but not all. Especially not with Ashton. It's not going to work that way with him.
Maybe you haven't been loved enough.
Oh, it's that kind of thing for you, isn't it? The love is eternal, love is a strong emotion shite. A starry-eyed girl pining for a dashing Prince Charming? What's next? Romantic confessions of love? A grand wedding on the beach? Dozens of spawns running around in some picturesque home in the suburbs?
I don't like beaches because I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, irritating, and it gets everywhere. I did not click on the right thing.
How quaint. Are you also expecting it's going to be sunshine and rainbows after? A happily ever after?
And it's definitely not like that.
Please.
What? I never once said. And is all of that such a bad thing to hope for?
It's not realistic. Some of it is, but it's not a realistic.
Woman, I've been married for 7 years, and I'm telling you, it's far from what you have in your pretty red head. Tell me, how long has this song and dance been going for you and your man? Maybe I am mistaken.
Averting my eyes from him is all I managed to do. What does his mere 7 years have compared to the 17 I've had with Ash? Okay, well, for starters, you haven't been dating him for 17 years. Luke has at least been married, at least somewhat committed. Ash doesn't give you that kind of look, my dear. He has eyes for Isabella. I think you need to catch on to that and let it go. Or confess your feelings just so you can get it out of the way when he rejects you. He needs to know. He needs to know, my dear. It's laughable if he thinks those two things are even comparable. Ash and I may have never moved past boundaries of friendship. Yeah, you keep friend-zoning yourself. Like what I'm hoping for years, but what we have isn't something anyone can scoff at. I've always been by his side, enjoyed everything with him. I know him better than anyone. No matter what this complete stranger says, I know there will always be a place for me beside him. Yet. And yet. Hi! Welcome in, welcome in. I'm good, thank you. How are you? We're just playing a fun little game called The Letter. And I'm getting very irritated at this man that's on the screen. He's very annoying.
Come on, Daisy, that shouldn't be too hard. 3, 5, 8, 10.
Thank you, Isabel VTuber, for the follow.
20.
Oh god, not that long. His words easily seep into my heart like sharp daggers, gradually picking apart everything I've ever been sure of. Thank you for the follows. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate it a lot. Despite myself, the doubts resurface and my defenses crumble right in front of my eyes. It's no wonder he sees through me, and as expected, he ridicules it. Ugh, his laugh. I hate his laugh. Restrained, low, and rumbling, a sharp sound striking the air around us, amidst the murmur of people and the soft notes of the music playing over our heads. I can read, I promise. No problem, love to support. Thank you. His shoulders shake, and when his mirth becomes too much even for him, he reaches up a hand and passes it over his face, as if to hold his glee close to him. Of course this man would do that. Do I mostly play this game? I do. Well, it's one of the games that I really like to play, but I do play another variety of games. I do things like I'm currently also doing a series of Do No Harm and Date Everything. I also do dabble in Minecraft a bit. I'm basically pretty variety.
Bloody bullocks, this is just brilliant.
Did I witness his arm disappear just for a moment? Shush, stop laughing. I don't like you.
Oh, mother, why do I always keep running into these things? This day couldn't get any better.
I hate this sleazeball. I need that to be known.
You're gonna need a stiff drink after this.
Of course. With your liver, sir? Your wife has complained several times about that. Ugh. He dissolves into another peal of laughter, but when it subsides, what he has for me are more words. Great, he continues to talk. Great. Scathing, each of them. The urge to run from here has never been this strong.
Is everything you said how you plan to act, if that man of yours ever ends up with you? Cling to him? Put him on a bloody pedestal? Let him become the center of your universe?
Do I play on PC or PS5? I play on PC. Oh, I can word. I play on PC.
Although with how long this seems to be going on, I think you've already done so. Marriage will just be icing on the top.
Ugh.
Like some sort of reward for you, isn't it? For being a good, patient, loyal little girl all this time, never looking at another man.
I hate his words. This man needs to stop this conversation, please.
He must have been having a grand time with someone pining over him this long. I'm a little envious, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Sure you are, Luke.
Maybe also a little surprised he hasn't suffocated from all your attention yet.
Laugh all about it if you want. It's not like you'll ever understand.
Yes, get his ass. Get his ass, Becca. Luke falls silent. There we go. Ooh. The ridicule in him is gone in an instant, and his eyes meet mine, sharp and imposing. A challenge, but I hold it against him with the same intensity, because if there's something I won't let his opinion trample on, It's this. What does he know? Exactly, what does he know about you and your friendship with Ashton? However, he's the first one who looks away, focusing his eyes back to where Kylie is, and for a moment, I believe I've won. Only for a moment. This man will bring it up later. I can feel it in my bones. Until he draws in a breath and turns back to me. Yeah, there we go. The words he drops next, though hushed, hang heavily in the distance between us.
You're right. I won't.
Yeah, you won't. From California? I'm from a place completely across the ocean. New Zealand gang.
But I do know not to mistake love for obsession, woman. They are not the same thing.
Yeah, Becca, you're kind of a little bit obsessed with your man. You need to cease with that. It rattles out of everything he said tonight. This is the one thing that twinges my heart. Oh, he finally struck a nerve. Oh God. Maybe it's in the matter he delivers it. The lack of conceit in his posture, or an underlying insult in the tone he takes. I want this conversation to be over so badly. The remark is not meant to cut, it merely to express a simple truth. Yes, but I hate the fact that the truth is from this guy. For context, this man continuously cheats on his wife. And he's a douche. This time, it's him who holds gaze against mine. Another unspoken challenge, and I realize that if this happened minutes before, I'd already have an equally searing retort at the tip of my tongue. There's none. By the way, do you like art? I do. I made my own assets. It's a very fun thing in that regard. But the anger's there, ringing in my insides. I read that right, yep. Rotting in the uncertainties I've not long kept. Isn't it enough? We have the long years we've been together. We have the memories. Whenever he needs me, until other people came in between us, I've always been the one there. Ah, yes, people that come in between you. That dedication and loyalty should mean something, shouldn't it? I've always been sure of it, and then one day, he'll see it for what it is. No, he won't. He's stubborn as fuck. And oblivious as fuck. In spite of that, in this minute, under this man's scrutiny, my own heart wavers. I do. And, oh god, no. I don't want to have to make a decision. Great. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, no, I've done art for like ages. You won't see it on this account. I focus more on gaming things. But yeah, no, I have been doing art for a very, very long time. Oh god. So we do this thing where I'm trying to make it so everyone's relationship chart here continues to go upwards. So I'm making my choices back on that. I'm a digital artist with 3 to 4 years of experience, and I'd love to make something for you with a friendly budget. I would love that. However, I am good as is, thank you. I appreciate the offer, but I'm going to say no. I also don't encourage people to self-promo in my chat. It happens. I do wish you like the best of luck in getting other clients from like elsewhere. But I don't really have a budget, nor am I currently looking, thank you. Yeah, okay. So, whatever choice we make here, I will go with whatever one makes things better with his relationship, despite the fact I hate this fucker. But if we pick wrong, we're going back and re-picking. Just because that's just the route that we're going to play. But then afterwards, once we've finished this whole run, I can do everything negative and see how that goes. I might say, I don't need to answer that. I don't want to get angry at him, but I could. I'm gonna check what this one does. Oh, good. Oh, good. I don't have to make another choice. However, those are for me to ponder on. This arse doesn't need to hear them. And neither is he entitled for them just because he dished out some profound sounding life wisdom no one asked for. I don't have a Discord currently. Once I've hit my goal, then I will be sharing out a Discord. So I look away, hoping my own silence would be enough for an answer for him. And it is, for a moment. Up until warm, furious tears prickle behind my eyes. Oh, baby. Stinging, begging for release, along with every other frustration this dumb talk has built up in me. All because of this man. I hate him. I hate the fact that he has to be the one to see me in this sorry state. I'm already expecting another barb from him when his expression shifts. Except he panics. Him? Panic? Over upsetting a woman? Oh, this is interesting. In the span of 3 seconds, his expression changes from indifferent to concerned to utter panic. It would probably have been funny if it weren't so irked by the sight of this. I cannot pronounce this word. From what I understand, this is a Scottish word, and I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Gaelic, but it could be wrong. Definitely from this bastard.
Hey, are you crying? Are you going to cry?
I might. Like, it should just shut up if I do.
Stop that right now, woman.
Will you shut up?
Get his ass. Get his ass back up. He climbs up almost before I could finish. Whether this is due to the sudden force in my voice or how I look, I pretend to not think on it. He seems like a deer caught in the headlights, with way he's making himself smaller in his seat. That sounds slightly grammatically wrong, if not I'm reading it wrong. But I'm still pissed. I'm tired, and if I can't punch him, I can at least scream at him. Yes, yeah, fair enough. No, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
You're an annoying bag of dick, you know that?
Okay, don't say that in front of the child. Don't let Kylie hear that.
If I hear another word from you, I'm sewing that bloody mouth shut myself.
Oh. Oh. It does do the trick. Good. Not to the effect that I hoped, but the moment I've snapped at him, the stinging at the back of my eyes melts away, and a strange calm overcomes me. Interesting. Interesting reaction. A fragile thing when found in the middle of a busy coffee shop. Nevertheless, it's appreciated considering it doesn't last. Immediately broken by the person that puts me in this state, with a few awkward pats on my shoulder. Done twice. Thrice. And another. Until my patience runs out again and I'm pulling out the book from my bag. Hit him with it again, I dare you. Raising it threateningly over his head. It'll surely dent his skull if it slams down at this time. Part of me wants to see that, but I restrain myself. He has the good sense to recoil, though. Shortly, he shrinks back into his seat and waves his hand in front of him in a gesture to surrender.
Watch that book, woman. I already warned you about your little threats. You don't want to see my brand of angry.
No, I kind of do, because I want to be able to punch the daylights out of you should you try.
Then keep your hands to yourself.
All right, that's it. People these days, I swear you treat them nicely, and this is where it gets me.
No, Luke, you have to respect boundaries. She did not give you consent to touch her. That's merely all that is. Upon the fact that, you just riled her up because you struck a nerve.
You're the last person I'd ever want to comfort me, even if we're the only 2 remaining people on Earth.
Say as is, Becca.
Don't flatter yourself.
Okay, have it your way, Daisy.
And stop calling me Daisy! I have a name, you know!
Please call her by her name. He mutters something inaudible under his breath, although afterwards he doesn't say anything further. The next minute, he simply contents himself with making a mess out of the paper napkins. Oh god. Folding them into clean shapes without any further intent. Before crumpling them in his hand when he loses interest in dumping them in a small pile in front of him. Ooh, there we go. A waiter serves our meal soon enough and Kylie makes her way back to our table. But before I can take a single bite, he mutters something. The words spoken in the same tone he used since this morning under his breath. whenever the honest part of himself wouldn't show. Despite my rather confusing opinion of the man, I stopped short in shoving food in my mouth to look at him. His eyes were on his food as he speaks, busying himself with the cutting proportion of meat on his plate. But what comes out from him only rings true against my ears, above the dim coffee house.
For what it's worth, Rebecca, I didn't ever think that's all there is to you.
Yeah, I don't like it when he's actually nice.
Why else would I leave my own goddaughter in your care if you're just some lovesick woman?
He spares a piece of his food, pops it into his mouth, and that's it. One whole day with this man, and I still can't figure what his deal is. Neither can I. Can we still bash him with that car, please, though? But for what it's worth, as well, I don't think he's an entirely bad guy. The rest of our meal slips by in silence afterwards. Aside from Kylie's occasional chatter, the whole dinner goes by without another word exchanged between the two of us. Somehow we managed to make it through the whole thing without triggering another tension-riddled conversation. Good. I don't think I could handle reading out another one of them. A good thing, perhaps. One, because Kylie's sitting in front of us, and two, I probably won't be able to hold a proper conversation with my mind heavy with thoughts. Yeah, you're trying to prevent yourself from crying still. We depart from the coffee house just as the evening crowd starts to thin out. The same wordless silence fills our short walk back to the school, except for when Luke gestures at a nearby flower shop and enters it without waiting for Kylie and I. He emerges a minute later carrying a bouquet of daffodils, with some softened expression back on his face. Unlike the previous ones, he tucks this one away almost as soon as he looks up at us, a moment he's not willing to share. At my confusion, he merely answers with a shrug and continues walking. Daffodils. One of his only weaknesses.
For someone important.
Yeah, better be your wife. I accept it for what it is, if only because he doesn't owe me an explanation. It does leave more questions about him, each one as baffling as the previous ones. Those are the last words spoken this evening before we head on our own ways. Up until I arrive home, I still can't understand him. Here, however, a whole different set of questions await me. And much like everything today, it comes with the littlest of things. A lone note greets me upon reaching my unit's door. Its edges flutter lightly against the faint warm breeze passing through the small complex. My hand spots short of twisting the knob as I stare at it, though I don't make any moves to take it. Ashton's neat script finds its surface. Dropped by earlier. You weren't around. Any ideas where Scaredy Cat is? I couldn't contact her. Inspector Abigail has a few questions. LPD stuff. Something about her dead co-workers. Anyway, let me know if the two of you have been doing. I'll see you soon. Later, Ash. Fucking anime winky face. Fucking... You're singing her mixed signals, Ash! Message he left short and straight to the point, but not without the underlying hint of friendship. He's looking for Isabella, apparently. Something about RPD's investigation of her co-worker's death, but it ends in a formal tone by checking in on me. Us. Any other day, the former part of this message would likely prove part of the piercing envy I've been holding, while the latter will probably send my heart aflutter. Little things from what I want to mean something more. Yet this time, you see, like I proved it, like the winky face is just mixed signals. Yet this time, only guilt fills me, and my eyes briefly shift towards Isabella's empty unit. Luke's words repeat inside my head as I do so.
For what it's worth, Rebecca, I didn't ever think that's all there is to you. Why else would I leave my own goddaughter in your care if you're just some lovesick woman?
Have I always been like this?
Yes! Yes, you have! It's selfish. In truth, I've intended to call Ash after that dinner, but I didn't catch him here. Invite him to that party like I've planned. This time, and this probably awake around this hour. But my hands won't move. And perhaps it's for the better. Till I've had all this time to think this through, it would be best if I distance myself from those I've been clinging tightly to. Find a different perspective and see things for what they are. With a soft sigh, I reach for the note and crumble it under my hand. The knob twists open with much ease as I enter this time. Maybe after some introspection, it'll be easier. Well, tomorrow, I did not mean to hit that. I have that woman and that mansion to worry about. The next day. How far are we going to get into it? Hold on, how far are we into it? Blink, blink. Where are we? Where are we? Why are we still on 9%? Why are we still... We're only here. What do you mean we're only here? What the fuck? Oh, I'm not going to be able to finish this chapter before I need to go. No! I've only got half an hour. Oh, I'm going to need a drink. Okay. Alright, let's... Do we think we can speed run it? No, we're not going to finish this in time. The night wears on without further incident, despite the great number of thoughts swimming inside my head. Come morning, there's only a hush. A strange sort of stillness, unlike the ones greeting me every morn. There's one uneasy, tight, with an anticipation. Sorry. I couldn't resist. I actually saw the Rocky Horror Show, like an actual live performance of it recently, and God, was it awesome. Like a string stretched thin, merely waiting for the proper time to snap. Granted, it doesn't make my day any less pleasant, but the edge is there. And as expected, the second I step out of my flat, it comes apart, broken by the voices of two squabbling adults echoing from a floor below. A quiet was nice while it lasted. Shame.
What the hell were you thinking?
Ash?
I wasn't.
Isabella?
Ow! Could you let go?
Not a few seconds later, they both ascend the stairs, with Ashton pulling Isabella by her wrist. She struggles, as she should, but his hold on her remains firm. Freeing herself means having to draw blood, and she attempts to pry his hands off of her with the other one. For her unnecessary force to push herself away. Neither of which is better than the other. One could potentially end in an accident, while the other means having to hurt him physically. She has the good sense to realize that at least. However, it doesn't take the desperate edge in her voice when she answers Ashton's temper with her own. So, on they go, none the wiser to my presence.
Do you have any idea how much trouble you could get in?
That's why I'm asking you for help.
Is this what you've been doing these past 3 days? Because this doesn't make your case convincing, Isabella.
Rose died, Ash.
I know. Every single person in Luxburg knows. It's on the damn news. But that doesn't mean...
People are missing. Some of those are my friends. And BRC's just covering it all up.
You can't just barge into my office and expect me to do anything about it, right off the bat. This isn't a children's game, Isabella. We have procedures. We have to follow protocol. There's red tape all over this case for a reason. We sure as hell don't investigate things just because some stupid letter spooked us.
Ash, you have to believe me this time. If we don't do anything right now, more people will...
It's been a whole week. This stupid letter prank is getting old real fast. I'm sick of it.
Wait, didn't you have to show other people within a certain amount of time with this letter before, bad things happen? The housewarming party is making a lot more sense now, from the other things we've seen from the other, stuff. Where's the button I'm after? Journal. Is it in the journal? Can I look at the letter? Can I look at the letter? I want to read the letter. Because I want to read what sentences are here, because I can't remember. Is there a way to look at it? No, it doesn't say it. No, it doesn't say it. Upset.
It was funny the first time, not so much now.
You're the only one that can help me with this, Ash. Even Rebecca won't.
All right, you two are awfully loud. What's going on here?
Yeah, finally, you noticed me. Both of their heads snap up, almost in unison. A displeased frown is on each of their faces, but this is an unnecessary interruption. No, this is a necessary interruption. What can they do? People still in their units have already taken interest in the commotion, with some taking a peek behind their curtains, while others are bold enough to creak open their doors if only slightly. If they don't keep it down, pretty soon our landlady will show up. Getting a reprimand from her is the last thing I want to happen, first thing on a Friday morning, even if it's hardly my fault.
Well, if you want to continue this, you two better do it elsewhere. You're disturbing other people.
Don't worry, we're done here.
No, we aren't. Becca, I looked it up. I called them. I visited some of them, and
Which you shouldn't have done in the first place. Isabella, you're going to create more problems for us with what you're doing. A team has already been assigned to it. Leave it to us.
your precious team is looking at it the wrong way. Becca, it's not just Rose. There are others.
Get inside. Get inside and stop yelling in front of everybody. You're gonna get yourselves in trouble. Fuck's sake. That last bit strikes a chord, prods strongly at a memory. And that vicious smile already etched deeply inside my mind. The image appears clear enough that the mere mention of it I stumble on my own question.
What do you mean?
The letter, Rebecca! It's not.
It's nothing. If there's really something going on because of that dumb letter, none of us would be standing here. We've all read it, haven't we? But Rebecca's alive, Zach's alive, I'm alive. So for the last time, this isn't a curse. There's a murderer on the loose, and your coworkers happen to be the victims.
Yeah, but we as the audience know that the specific curse at the bottom part that makes it a chain letter was added on by children who died not long after writing that. They don't know that yet, but we do. We understand that. They're still cursed.
Give it a rest, Isabella. It's too early for this shit.
Don't you think that's too much for a coincidence?
Not so much. Most serial killers follow a pattern. I'll tell you about it some other time.
Yeah. The pattern is people that show up to the Ermengarde mansion.
And anyway, coincidence or not, the point is, civilians like you aren't supposed to get involved. You're putting yourself in danger.
I wasn't chasing after.
Will the both of you slow down and stop arguing for a minute? What's this about your coworkers, Belle?
Becca, please don't tell me now you believe this shit.
Sure, in a heartbeat, I'd agree with Ashton. But how it has always been. Besides having a very good point, really, they're the very same ones he'll make every time I ask too many questions. The fact on the matter is that what he wants to hear from me right now is far from what I've been seeing, sensing these past few days. It doesn't matter what Isabella or I believe on our own. Something odd has been happening around me, and that letter she picked up is at the heart of this. I'm gonna ruin. Alright, this is a choice that'll improve one and ruin another. I have to choose who I'm fucking over. I'm fucking over Ash. Yep. I'll fix him up later. Maybe. Maybe. We'll figure it out. Ashton in particular won't be too happy to hear it. Imagining the look on his face doesn't take too much effort. His entire posture shifts the moment my reluctance shows. Shoulders tensing, brows furrowing, eyes gaining a sharp edge. He's already bracing himself from the disappointment. And it will be a disappointment. Not in a million years did I ever believe I'll be saying this either.
I might have seen her. The woman Belle's been telling us about. The one she said she saw in the attic.
Both of them stare at me like I've grown an extra head. And for a few moments, Ashton looks like he's about to have a fit. A pause threads at its heels after a silence thick enough one can almost hear a pin drop.
You're kidding, right?
Do I look like I'm joking?
Really, Becca? Not funny.
Ash, I'm not lying. Why would I lie about this? It's been this way since the film fest. The past few days have been really odd since we read that letter.
Or maybe you're all just feeling under the weather.
I'm not sick. Don't you think I'd know that by now?
Becca, you're starting to sound like Scaredy Cat.
Yeah, for good reason.
Give me a break.
Why don't you?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, you two.
Isabella's voice cuts sharply through the conversation, abruptly putting an end to the brewing argument.
It's all my fault. This is all my fault. I I was only hoping I could fix this before any of you. I'm sorry for dragging you all into this.
She breathes in, deep, steadying. And in that moment, something falls behind her eyes as she looks away. She's finally crying in front of people.
I'll fix this. I promise.
A quiet resolve. The same one I saw on her that night from 3 days ago. But this time it burns brighter. Even Ashton wavers at its sight when she looks at him straight in the eyes, gaze unflinching. Gradually, his grip on her wrist loosens.
Belle, there's nothing to fix. The problem is...
Just this one sash.
Her voice, a small and lacking any force, stops them. Along with it, every sound, every noise dies around us. A hush descending, as if the world is waiting for her words.
You don't have to come with me. But if I don't do anything, I am going to regret it.
She lays a hand atop his, gentle, leading, almost intimate if one does not consider the circumstances we've found ourselves in.
Please.
Ashton would never tell a soul, will never admit it even to himself, but it is in that short second that his own resolve breaks. The moment the hard edge in his eyes softens, and he relinquishes his hold on her, letting his hand fall limply to his side. Wordlessly, Isabella steps back and runs off, leaving only a muttered thanks and a small, lackluster smile. Only after the last of her footsteps fade away does Ashton move, breaking from the silence on one of his sharp exhales before reaching up to pinch the bridge of his nose, in a gesture of frustration and surrender.
Did you really have to tell her that?
God, I don't like the music change.
What do you want to hear from me then? That everything's fine?
No, I want all of you to stop putting these ideas in her head. None of it is helping. Never mind. Don't worry about her. I'll bring her back here.
No, let him do it. He's already poised to leave when my own instincts take over. I reach for him, gripping his elbow in the same unyielding grip. The action prompted by voices whispering in the back of my mind. He's already made it clear he's not going to believe me, but he deserves a word of caution. Who knows where all of this will take us, how all of this will end. He shouldn't be caught off guard, beliefs notwithstanding.
Ash, I know you don't believe in those things she's saying. And you know me. I'm less inclined to believe in those things as you do. But I've seen something. There's something strange going on here. You don't have to buy it. If you don't want to listen to me, fine. But please, try to hear her out. It's bad enough that Isabella goes off like this without telling anyone. I'm just worried something might happen to her if she keeps at it. Talk to her, okay?
As if she trusts me enough for that.
Doesn't the fact that she approached you first about this, instead of me, already say a lot?
A different kind of trust. Granted implicably, and never spoken. Sometimes too big, too fragile to last. He falls silent for a long moment and he turns it over his mind. In the end, all he manages to offer is a small nod before he departs, and a promise to, at least, listen to her without the teasing or the jibes. A favor for me and the least he can do for her. This is as much as I can do for him as well until I've understood what's happening myself. Night, hopefully. Where this all started will provide the answers I'm looking for. What's the time? Oh god. Do we really want to get into the fucking Oh my god mansion right now? Do we really? Do we really? Oh god. I've got like 18 minutes left on the clock. Oh, why am I getting so many messages? Why are people trying to talk to me? I'm busy. I have a stream to do. Well, this would be a good time to end. But I want to push on. Let's hope we don't get caught up right into like the bad things while we do that. So let's see how fast things can go. Except the whole thing's gone off to a bad start, and all of a sudden, whatever Isabella claims dwelling in this mansion becomes the least of my concerns. All of the cabbies in Luxburn I have a chance upon are the superstitious one. Still, not as bad as finding out your car's starter refuses to crank on when it's still working in this morning, yes. But it's equally as frustrating when you're forced to walk the rest of the way. or because the driver got spooked. Isabella and him will get along so well. I do get his reasons. After all, I've had my fair taste of the bizarre lately, all of which might have been brought upon by that letter Isabella found here. But you'd think he'd had at least be charitable enough to make me a little closer to the house itself, not at a distance 15 minutes away from it by foot. Good thing I'm not wearing anything too formal or constricting. Otherwise, that short walk would have likely put me in a bad mood long before I have to suffer a room full of strangers tonight. Although this soon proves to be a problem the second the driveway comes into view and I near the entrance. Severely underdressed is a total understatement to describe how I look. Cars with more than my own apartment and childhood home combined line the mansion's front yard, men and women, decked out in their best flock near the entrance. Most are eager for the festivities to start, while some are simply idling about enjoying the warm afternoon sun before it sets. But once the woman standing in front of the porch speaks, their undivided attention immediately shifts to her. Hannah! Hannah! Presumably Mrs. Wright, from the confident manner she holds herself amongst present company. This despite keeping a fast of the parents and the rest of her own guests not having her husband beside her. A trait worthy of utmost admiration at best. At worst, she's the envy of every woman, the subject of every gossip in Luxbourne.
Welcome everyone.
And Mum said we would have been good friends. I can't even picture myself mingling with the kind of guests she has. Though I admit she does seem familiar now that I've seen her this close. Memories of sitting in vanity, not mine, being dressed in clothes too fancy for my tastes. They flit briefly in my mind until her cheerful tone, God I can read, rises above the buzz of her enraptured audience again.
Please make yourselves at home.
I wish I could share her enthusiasm, really. But being surrounded by all this extravagance, for the lack of a better term, merely makes me dread how the rest of the night might go. I shouldn't have let Luke's words affect me like that. I should have just gone ahead and asked Ashton like I planned. If he were here, then I wouldn't have to.
Be careful with Shirley, alright?
Ash! The rest of what I thought dies in my mind at once. A moment of astonishment overcomes me before confusion sets in seconds later. It takes another for my body to catch up. Once it does, when I finally turn to see it for myself, his familiar mop of hair that catches my eyes first. And there he is, almost in arm's reach if it isn't for the guests standing between us. Ashton Frey, standing in the Ermengarde mansion's driveway with an air too lackadaisical, or it's lackadaisical, I think, yes, someone who absolutely abhors parties of any form, or has any business here as far as I know. The picture it forms is too bizarre for me that my mouth speaks out ahead of any coherent thought.
Ashton?
He swivels on his heel with an equally puzzled face. An odd expression flashes momentarily across it once he sees me, though he blinks it away before I can figure out what it is exactly.
Becca, what are you doing here?
I was invited.
Really? I had no idea you were friends with the host.
Well, it's my parents, actually. But that's beside the point. What are you doing here? You hate parties.
I still do. I'm just here on behalf of a friend.
Still, that, in itself, is weird, coming from him. It doesn't help that he isn't even making an effort to spare a glance my way when he answers. Instead, they focus at some point in the crowd. His gaze darting between people walking past us with a small frown forms on his face.
That's rare. Do you have someone with you then?
Nope, just me. I won't be staying long.
Oh, well, if that's the case, maybe you and I can...
Chief?
Ashton, what's...
Unexpectedly, he places a hand on my shoulder, stopping me mid-sentence. He still has the distracted look on him, except this time his eyes are sharper, as if he has found out or who he's been searching for amongst the throng of partygoers earlier.
Sorry, Becca. I need to... There's something I need to check for a bit. I'll talk to you later.
No, you won't.
Do you have a ride home?
No, I had to take a cab here. My car wouldn't start this afternoon. But what about...
I told you to get that old thing checked before, didn't I? You can head back with me after this. Anyway, I gotta go. See ya. Be careful, okay?
Ashton Frey, you fucker. I meet the smile he hastily throws my way with a frown of my own. What does he mean by that? But before I can ask already, he has turned his back from me and is walking away without a single explanation whatsoever. In some desperate effort, I try to catch up to him, if only to know what warranted his sudden departure by his odd warning at the end.
Hey, be careful! About what
For my attempts to be interrupted by a muffled ringing in my pocket. Mom's cheerful tone greets me as soon as I answer.
Yes, I'm at the party already, Mom. Yes, I'll say hi to her if I can.
The conversation itself does not last long. Just a simple hello, a reminder to enjoy the party, and to send their regards to their old student. But when the call ends, I get to look up. Ashton's already nowhere in sight. With a sigh, and admittedly a little disappointment, I tuck my mobile back into my pocket and head inside. Even with familiar company, however coincidental this meeting is, this is somehow shaping up to be a terrible evening. Yes, it is. The party is in full swing, an hour later. I love the artwork for this place, though. The host operating remarks given, still no sign of her husband, the poor woman, and the guests promptly fed. The band shifts the melody to a livelier tune. Soon, laughter and the rhythmic tapping of shoes fill the room. All in accordance to the lifting strains of music. It seems fun, I admit. Fascinating at certain moments, the flurry of dancers making the music their own, almost with no care in the world. If I weren't so indisposed, I'd have joined the crowd for a song or two. There isn't a lack of invitations, anyway. Plenty of them, in fact, with some asking more than once. It's only my stubborn refusal that prevents me from joining them. And I can. A single nod is all it'll take, and the evening would have been far more enjoyable for me. But prior to my own silly hopes, the thought of being seen with one of them by him curbs that as much as I hate to admit it. Because doing so means outright acknowledging the douche's claims. That he has to be the one to tell me that still sends my blood boiling. I would have preferred someone more agreeable, less of an arse. It's a hard truth to swallow, especially when the very person at the center of it makes denial difficult. Can't even spare me a minute of his attention or a single glance at me the whole evening. Hell, Zachary might have spoken more words to me. The big guy's busy covering the event to boot. But at least he manages to slip in a conversation or two between takes, or a small wave of his hand when he passes by. What's Ashton's excuse? He's been flitting in and out of sight the whole time. One moment he's hanging around a small group, and another he's hovering around the string band. Just a second ago he's wolfing down some deviled eggs by the buffet table, a glass of wine in hand. Next thing I know, he's gone. I didn't know any better. I'd say he doesn't want to be with any of his friends. Is it because his boss is here? What's the big deal about that? It's never bothered him before.
I swear, the next person who asks, I'm dancing the night away with. Ashton can go fuck himself.
You would catch his eye a lot better if you wore nicer clothes, don't you think?
Hannah! Her voice almost makes you jump. I'm too focused on the god shite and wandering around the ballroom with my own annoyance to notice. If she's heard any of the profanities I've mumbled or taken any notice of my discomfort. Discomfiture? Maybe? She makes no comment on it, merely greeting me with a smile when I turn my attention to her. Hannah! Miss Hannah Wright gives off a whole different air when she's not speaking to an audience. Homely, a bit too friendly for my liking. But I guess that comes from being raised in such an environment and having to deal with pompous, snooty people. Though, I suppose nothing has really changed from years ago. I remember her carrying herself in the same manner during the one and only visit. Does she remember any of it? I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't. It has taken me a while myself. She's probably met a lot of people, like little Becky, throughout her early years. Might have already forgotten about me or my parents. People like her thrive on connections after all. Nevertheless, I return her smile, awkward and stiff as it may be.
Didn't realize the housewarming was going to be this fancy. I would have gone with a nice dress if I knew.
Oh, you're fine, dearie. It's only really the parvenu, those who climb, that come to these parties all dolled up. Quite the black-haired beauty, isn't he?
It takes me a while to realize who she's talking about, until Ashton walks by again in closer proximity than any of the times he has done so far this evening. Still, without a look of acknowledgement our way, though, even if Miss Wright speaks aloud enough to catch the attention of anyone within earshot.
Who, Ash?
You know, you really shouldn't have turned down those offers. If I wasn't married, I'd happily go dancing with those young men. But you said a name. Ash. That's the exquisite lad you've been looking at all this time.
You've been noticing?
I don't know him, and I'm the one hosting this party. That must mean you know each other. Is he your boyfriend then? Because that would explain those rejections.
No, it's a crush that I can't get over because he likes my friend. Look at them! Look at them hanging out. This isn't the first time someone has made that assumption. Yeah, your husband did too. Almost every student I've had in the past did. My co-workers more often than not assume he is. A few of my neighbors also think we're an item. Not that Ashton has ever reacted to those. He's been quite indifferent about it, in fact. Still, the heat of a blush creeps up my cheeks, a denial ready, despite wanting it to happen so badly myself.
What? No, that's ridiculous. He isn't my boyfriend.
Such a violent reaction. A simple no would have sufficed.
She likes him, my dear.
Many here would be happy to hear it.
And I haven't been looking at him.
Yes, you have. I do my best to summon a straight face, but before her could share, it easily falters.
That's right. You've been staring. Quite heatedly, in fact. Although I'm not sure if you look like you want to kiss him or kill him.
Both. She wants to do both.
It's more the latter currently.
Just don't go murdering him on my property. I don't want to walk into a room and suddenly find a body there.
It's infectious in a way. No sooner I find myself enjoying our chat more than I imagined myself to. Although her attention briefly wavers at one point, she remains in good companion. Even once more I've mentioned who my parents are, her face quickly lights up and fondness graces her face, despite the meeting from several years ago being a short one. But of course, there are some things we really can't avoid talking about. Yeah, I think that got covered in Hana's POV. After all, it's one of those few things I remember her asking me the moment she spotted little Becky in the room. Do you have a boyfriend? In retrospect, it's an odd thing to talk about as children, but there are loads we would have started with.
Yes, oh, I remember you! You were the cutest little thing with glasses! And when we met, you were having boy troubles with this lad called something with an A.
I believe I still have the clothes she gave me, chosen all so I could oppress him. And even back then, Ashton has always been denser than a rock, and that one attempt to get him to notice backfired spectacularly. Sure, he's keen as a detective. Well, he's a detective, for heaven's sake, but feelings, more often than not, escapes him.
What was it again? Aaron, Alan, Adele, Albert, Alexander, Andrew?
Which makes the whole talk all the more embarrassing. And the more names she lists off, the more my discomfort grows until the smile returns into a grimace. What will she think of me? Here she is, married to a man who she most promptly loves at that, while I'm still stuck in the same place yearning for the same person.
Ashton! Ash! That man is that boy! The same one?
Yes.
Oh, goodness me, after all these years! I can see why, though. He's quite dashing.
You don't really need to announce it to everyone within earshot, you know? Keep it down.
No, keep it up. Maybe he'll notice.
I'm so sorry, but it really is cute.
She says that, but for a short moment a hint of pity flickers in her eyes. I take that as a chance to change the subject before anything more can be said over the matter. I haven't even figured out how I should feel about the things Luke told me. Now I'm getting dragged into a similar discussion. Yes, but Hana does it better.
This is a nice party, Miss Wright.
Though to be frank, I doubt she'll be so willing to pass it up. The topic has already captured her attention.
Please, Hana is fine. We're friends of a sort, aren't we? We must be friends, seeing as I know about your little infatuation, Becky. Don't you worry, dearie. You'll have your happy ending yet.
Hopefully. Probably won't be with him, but maybe.
I'm not too concerned about that, am I? That's not what I'm looking for.
Oh? And what makes you think that? Doesn't everybody want their happy ending?
Happy endings are nice, but then they can still continue on after the ending.
The idea of happy endings sounds like they're just for fairy tales. And they are, sorta. I don't think you can just sit around, trapped in some tower and hope for the best.
No, that's true.
If you love them, you have to fight for it, right?
Then why aren't you fighting for Ashton, Rebecca? For fuck's sake. This woman.
You're not just going to sit there and hope that everything will just fix itself on its own. Like everything, you have to work at it.
Becca, listen to your own fucking words of advice. My girl. Yes. Hypocrisy. There we go. That's what this is. How dare I preach about something when it's exactly what I've been doing. And then I go and act as if I'm entitled to any of it. That, by virtue of us growing up together, he must return whatever I feel for him. That he's not allowed to look at another because I'm the one who has stayed by his side the longest. You know, it doesn't work that way. When, in the first place, Ashton has always been his own person. This is something I cannot force on him. I can only hold on to these, take care of it until the time comes and I can confess it to him. Honey. Right, if he reciprocates, but if he can't, if he won't, selfish up into selfish. How laughable that Luke's words so strictly true up until now.
But what do I know?
I'm sure the daughter of the two greatest professors I've ever known is smart enough to know what she's talking about.
At one point, maybe I would have easily agreed to that. However, it's like 10 o'clock. Oh god, can we speed up? However, the past weeks have also been changes in the way I view things. As nice as these things sound, it turns out whatever I previously know may not even be true for other people or for myself. It is sobering and almost funny how things I might have said with much certainty before now has doubts muddying each of them. But there will be a time to mull about these later, because when a hush suddenly descends in the room, a whole different issue rears. Especially when Luke strides into the now quiet ballroom, fashionably late and oozing with the same pomp as me and he always carries around with him.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Enjoying the party? I hope I'm not too late in welcoming you all to the right mansion.
You're so fucking late. Before long, Hannah leaves my side to join him and doesn't make a genius to piece it all together.
Welcome one and all to our humble abode. Tonight, if you have yet to find yourself in your roles, you are all ladies and lords of the court of your king and queen. If you would excuse my presumptuousness. So, enjoy the feast that has been laid out for your senses as we only allowed the best to be served. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone.
A little late with your speech, but okay. His attitude, the manner he carries himself around these people, his unfamiliarity with the part of the city. Of fucking course. I should have known. Although I'm partly at fault here, tabloids and the gossip and columns have never been really my thing. I should have also expected that wherever Luke fucking Wright is, some sort of drama will sure follow. He seems the kind of person who revels in it, figures it'll find him on his own even when he's not asking for it. Like Rochelle. It happens amidst the round of applause and hoots that people lagging behind the crowd they've gathered does not catch on until the cheers turn into several scandalized gasps.
I am pregnant with your little bastard. You promised me you'll take responsibility. God damn it, Luke. I finally got you to talk to me after months of silence, and you do this to me.
What do you mean you're pregnant with? Luke, is this true?
Lies and slander, woman! Security! Johannes, take her out of here before she makes an even bigger fool of herself!
No, you do not do this to me. I was so ready to leave my stupid oaf of a husband. I told you to leave that damn wife of yours.
They're friends, by the way, supposedly.
Look at her. Does she look like she wants a baby?
She's pregnant.
Does she look like she could take care of a baby?
Commotion doesn't go further, despite the drunk woman appearing like she has plenty more venom to spill. In a little while, security shows up, escorting her out. Apparently, she's the chief of inspector's wife, too? As if this whole thing can't get any more fucked up than it already is. What a mess. But the damage has been done, and beyond repercussions this will bring, I'm more worried about Hana. Maybe Luke, too, in part. I've seen the man that hides behind his self-importance, and it is someone who cares for the person who stands beside him. No matter how questionable that is now. After all, no anger is worse than that of a scorned woman. And Hana, well, as refined and well-mannered as she is in front of their guests, I'm not sure she'll be all too willing to tolerate this. Her party, her home, her husband, and that woman have just dared to walk all over it. It's in her eyes. And when she turns to her, the face of someone who demands that she be given the same respect she has long deserved.
You are no longer welcome in any of our estates, our properties, and our businesses. And we will no longer patronize yours. Now, escort the girl and make sure she isn't standing even an inch within our grounds.
Hana's outrage is a strange sight to witness, after those smiles and the grace she has carried herself with throughout the entirety of the party. Like this, her eyes burning bright with fury. I don't doubt she can do much more, ruin the scandalous woman, if need be. Shaming her is already an act of mercy, generous enough coming from her.
You won't show your face to me ever again if you know what is good for you, Rochelle.
Which sucks that they're no longer gonna have Godfather for Kylie.
Take her away.
No one protests, not even the subject of her ire as she's forcibly dragged out. Even the smile on Luke's face wavers when she eventually turns to them and pulls him out of the room for talk of their own. For a brief moment, there's a concerted effort between those left in the hall. A short second of tense silence while struggle to figure out what to do with themselves. It's really the kind of talk these situations attract. It doesn't last too long. Soon chatter explodes throughout the whole ballroom. Worried murmurs, clicking of tongues, and inappropriate gossip filters through the thick tension in the room. Most of them haven't left the premises and they're already talking about it. Tomorrow, it'll be on the news for sure in every local broadsheet and tabloid in Luxbourne. I wouldn't care less for any of it. Simply thinking about it already gives me the headache. When the shock has faded, I just feel bone tired. I've accomplished nothing of what I've come here for, and apparently Ashton has disappeared sometime during that commotion. I'm not sure what pisses me off more. That he ignored me the whole evening and might have just left without saying anything, or knowing he obviously has some other motive for being here. Can't he at least trust his own friends for that?
He didn't have to hide it from me.
Especially when he offered you to ride home. That fucking nerve. Only relief to be had in this, perhaps, is Zachary's comforting smile when he approaches. He appears as disturbed as when he stands beside me fiddling with the buttons on his camera, even though the device is off.
Eventful night, huh?
That's a way to word it, Ash. No, Zach.
You can say that again. It was awful.
Pauses for a moment, stares at me intently. He laughs, a tired one but filled with humor, in spite of what he would witness.
Let me guess. Ashton.
Oh, what makes you think he's my problem?
Just a hunch. And, it's all in your face, actually.
Why does he have to? I don't understand that man anymore.
Like I always say, you should just...
Oh, you can bet your ass we're going to have a very long talk. I'm not letting him off easy this time.
I'm sure he has a good reason. He won't say it, but he likes being around us. Heck, we're probably the only people he likes.
Yeah, but she wants him to love him.
He ain't gonna ruin that for something stupid. He can be dense, but he ain't dumb.
That's exactly what I've been telling people. Isn't it?
We'll see about that. I just want to go home. Are you done here?
Nah, sorry. I can't until the party ends.
It's all right. I'll just take a cab or something. I'll see you later, Zachary.
But before removing myself from the room, I lay a comforting hand on his arm. You'll need it among these people. And then I am gone, more than ready to end the disastrous night as early as possible. As it turns out, the night isn't done with me yet. Oh god. I want it to be done. I want it to be done. I want to go to bed. Because no sooner than the porter closed the door behind me, I find myself standing in the lone way of one Luke Wright. No sign of his wife. Just him and the agitated clicks of his shoes make as he treads around the empty room. Away from the media's prying eyes and their guest-judging stares, it's easy to glean how such this scandal has taken him. It's shaking in him. He's shaken. He's this shooketh man. Not even to the point where he has utterly lost his composure. He appears to have mastered himself, trying enough not to. An ample opening is there for a nervous edge to show the lines on his shoulders.
What do you know?
That man is not as tough as he makes himself out to be. Sure, I've seen this before, briefly, that once again in the hallway at school. A strange matter, however, to witness this out in the open. Behind closed doors, this is the real Luke Wright. Though, maybe that's because he hasn't noticed my presence yet, busy as he is with his thinking. If he's aware, I doubt he'll be acting like this. His pride is one thing he always wear with him. Even now, when I place a gentle hand on his shoulders and he whirls around to face me. There's a second long moment in anger flashing across his features before it dissolves into confusion. He tucks it away as quickly as he can, but he does nothing to change the impression I've built on the man in my head.
Daisy, must you be everywhere?
She has a name.
We've only met 3 times, Luke. Quit the dramatics. Besides, shouldn't you be aware of who gets invited to your party?
If I was, there wouldn't be any of that scene tonight. That munter wouldn't even get an inch within this property. I'd banner off Luxbourne if I could.
He probably pawns everything off of their servants with Hana. Pompous, elitist
Did you
douche.
just come out here to lecture me about it? Because, Daisy, I've had enough of it for one night. I don't need to hear another one.
You are a very unpleasant man.
So I've been told. Will that be all?
What about Kylie?
If so, I suggest you go back and join every bloody goss in that room.
Not everything. As unpleasant and frustrating talking with this man is, he deserves to the benefit of the doubt, at least. The question and criticism aren't lacking, of course. Ugh. You know what? We're going to save there. And we're going to stop there. Because it's past 10 o'clock. And I need to do things. So I'm going to, yeah, I've saved. I'm going to quit the game. Exit. I don't have to hear that in the background while I'm doing my thing. Alright. Hello, chat. How are we? This is very interesting to see where we're at thus far. Especially with, you know, getting reminded about these things. Hey, Marianne is in the basement at this moment in time. Oh, I wonder what's happening to her. Oh, I wonder what's going on with all the other people. Oh, I can't wait to learn more. However, that's all we're gonna get to tonight. Hopefully we can pick this up sometime next week. There will be no streams this weekend as I will be at con. Which con you'll find out next week. I think we'll be kicking off next Tuesday. Game undecided. Most likely going to be Do No Harm. I want to try to get that done as soon as possible. So keep an eye on the socials, specifically Blue Sky. You know. Oh, it works when you do it in full caps. That's great. My Blue Sky is where I keep the updates for my weekly schedules. I didn't post one out this week because I was not having a good time last weekend. But there will be one out for next week, I promise. That's loud. Go down. I still need to talk. Hold on. A reminder, we've been doing an experiment to try and hit affiliate without any help from my content creator friends that know of me from another area. My pronouns are they, he. And there is a nice little Twitch extension, well, a browser extension for having your pronouns in the Twitch chat. It's very lovely. I highly recommend it. My voice has definitely been off and doing different things today. But yeah, I hope you've all had a lovely time with playing this fun game. We're so close to getting to our end, despite the fact we've got so much to do. I feel like I could probably get it all done in one more stream. And then we can move on to Ashton's. I'm pretty sure his is next. But his one, Luke. I can't remember. But I hope you all have a lovely rest of your time in your time zones. But for now, I must depart. I'll see you all on Tuesday. Good morning, good evening, and good night. Stay safe out there.